else on the pitch at the level he's playing at.
Yeah, he's kind of that, he's kind of in that Mesut Ozil sort of calibre, isn't he? Whereas he seems to be just much more consistent than Ozil ever was. He's pure quality, I have to say. He's got a wonderful temperament, a hell of a left foot, and I think he's probably a huge part of the reason why Arsenal are flying high at the moment. I'm really looking forward to seeing him play in the flesh.
So 3 days away from the start of the World Cup finals, an event that everybody I think has very much mixed emotions about. It is a reminder of what could have been for the Republic of Ireland. Instead of the warmth and the heat of the Middle East, they're here on a bitterly cold night in Dublin for a rare international friendly against Norway. The two teams are in the tunnel. Ireland will be led out by their captain, John Egan. We'll be back with full live commentary of the Republic of Ireland against Norway right after these.
Football on Off the Ball.
With Sky. Watch big games from the Women's Super League live on Sky Sports.
This is News Talk.
I remember him saying the most exciting part was the chase.
Inside the Crime is back with Season 2, The Charles Self Murder.
It wasn't the time to be gay in Ireland in 1982.
It's been 40 years since he was killed in his Dublin home.
It was a very distinctive man with dark eyes.
His murder is still unsolved.
You're not looking at your run-of-the-mill murder when you see the overkill.
Episode 2 is available now. Subscribe to Inside the Crime on the News Talk app, powered by Go Loud, or wherever you get your podcasts.
The Black Friday sale is now on at Harvey Norman. Get Black Friday discounts today. Optimize your fitness routine with the Fitbit Versa 4 smartwatch. Now only €199, save €30. Or get the Samsung Galaxy Tab A8. Light and compact with a sleek design, perfect for working or entertaining on the go. Now only €169, save €70. With our best prices guaranteed, in-store and online. So why shop anywhere else? The Harvey Norman Black Friday sale is now on. Don't miss out.
Choose your MasterCard this winter and you could get €10 back when you make 3 purchases. Maybe it's the bus to work, popping out for milk, or bringing home food for the cat. Why not make us your payment card of choice? Register now at mastercard.ie/register to get, and you could be one of the first 20,000 people to get €10 back with 3 purchases. 18 plus Republic of Ireland residents. MasterCard cardholders only. From midnight 10th November until midnight GMT 11th December 2022. Offer ends when 20,000 entrants have qualified for cashback. Full T's and C's, mstr.cd/IE terms.
Shrink your Christmas bill at Dunnes Stores. Be ready for unexpected guests with Jacob's biscuit tins now only €10. And half price on selected coffee pods. 18-pack party boxes of Tato King and Hunky Dory's crisps are just €4.50. Plus, with our 10/50 grocery vouchers, you save even more. Dunnes Stores. Make Christmas for everyone. Terms and conditions apply. Voucher can be used on next grocery shop of €50 or more.
You don't have to travel far to get global legal advice. Because one of the biggest law firms in the world is also the fastest growing law firm in Ireland. Bringing together global experience and local expertise to meet your challenge. DLA Piper, your local global legal people.
Hey, I can't wait to see you. It's been so busy here, but we're all set.
Stena Line doesn't just deliver comfort and quality.
Welcome on board. Just let us know if we can get you anything.
Thanks.
We connect you with the people and places you love.
Hi!
So good to see you! Connect with Christmas when you travel with Stena Line. Book your trip to Britain from €149 car and driver one way at stenaline.ie.
Every business is preparing for new opportunities. SkillNet Ireland helps you to understand the skills your business needs to reach its full potential. Continually strengthening your team will give your business the competitive edge. Think business. Think talent. Visit skillnetireland.ie/think talent for supports on developing your people. SkillNet Ireland is a business support agency of the Government of Ireland.
Children are targeted with 3 junk food ads every 10 minutes online.
I find it kind of scary that people have your information and she likes this, so give her these ads. Popcorn chicken.
Crisps and chocolate.
And it's working.
Sales are up. Childhood risk of heart disease is up.
It's working.
Tell the government to make it stop. Sign the petition at irishheart.ie.
It's like people stalking you.
Psychologists say it only takes 7 seconds to make a first impression. to create an impulse, a need to act. At Cupra, we believe in acting on impulse, provoking a reaction through cars that look, act, and behave differently. Find your 231 Cupra at our Impulse sales event. Order before November 18th and enjoy a €2,000 contribution with our compliments. Search Cupra Official. T's and C's apply.
Hi, I'm Oliver Callan, and I know about impersonations. When they're bang on, it's hard to tell the difference from the real thing, believe me. Right now, as people and businesses are moving bank accounts, fraudsters are taking advantage by impersonating companies and organisations you trust. So, you need to be fraud smart. Never update new banking details without contacting the sender directly, and never click on links in emails or texts. Remember, double check and contact direct. Visit fraudsmart.ie.
Now in stock at Harvey Norman, the Dyson Special Edition Colour of the Season, with the iconic Dyson Airwrap Hairstyler, Corral Straightener and Supersonic Hairdryer, all now available in Vinca Blue and Rosé. Get the most out of Dyson technology and try something different with your styling tools. Create gentle curls, defined waves, or a refined, smooth and sleek look with Dyson Hair Care technology, with prices starting from €429. Shop in store or online now at Harvey Norman, your Dyson specialists.
Football on Off the Ball.
With Sky. Watch big games from the Women's Super League live on Sky Sports.
This is News Talk.
You're welcome back to the Aviva Stadium. It is the Republic of Ireland against Norway in tonight's international friendly. Full live commentary here on Off the Ball with myself, Nathan Murphy, and Stuey Byrne. It is a cold November night, but it is a clear night and we are almost ready to go. The Republic of Ireland in their green jersey, white shorts and green socks. The Norwegian side just down to our left, white jerseys, navy blue shorts and white socks. Neither of these sides heading to the big show, both failing to qualify for the World Cup, but both looking for a confidence-boosting win ahead of the start of the Euro 2024 qualifiers, which begins next March. We are underway. Michael Obafemi was a little bit late to arrive. Was just sprinting through the centre circle as Norway got us underway. They are playing from left to right in this first half. A big crowd at the Aviva Stadium, not quite up on the 47,000 as of yet, but I'd say they will be heading somewhere towards 40,000, which is a huge attendance for a friendly international at this time of the year. The Republic of Ireland side are lining up with three at the back and are lining up with Callum O'Dowda as the left wing back. I'll give you the 11 in just a moment, but Michael Obafemi has won the ball back from deep. Robinson spins inside his own half, a little bit isolated, but plays it to O'Dowda in his first international start in 2 years on this left hand side, bringing Ireland forward. Norway get men back quickly. O'Dowda goes back to Cullen then back to O'Shea, and it's with the Irish captain tonight, John Egan, who's playing in the heart of the Irish defence. It is Gavin Bazunu winning his 13th cap in goals. The back three unchanged from the game against Armenia. Nathan Collins on the right, Egan in the centre, O'Shea on the left. Matt Doherty playing as right wing back, Callum O'Dowda as left wing back. Josh Cullen missed that game against Armenia through suspension. He's alongside Jason Malumbi in the middle midfield. And then it is Alan Brown and Callum Robinson playing just in behind Michael Obafemi, who has scored those two sensational goals in his last two appearances here at Lansdowne Road against Scotland and Armenia. Ireland seeing plenty of the ball at the start of this game, and as it's brought forward by O'Shea, he was put under a little bit of pressure and goes backward. The Norway team is Ørjan Nyland in goal. He plays his club football with Leipzig. Back forward, Pedersen, Strandberg, Østegård and Bjork. It's Berg and Thorsby in the middle, just behind Martin Odegaard, and then Elyounoussi and Solbakken behind Jørgen Larsson. No Erling Haaland, in case you somehow managed to miss that news. Inside the opening 2 minutes, I'm not sure Norway have really had a touch of the ball so far since they took tip. Ireland dominating the early possession without making any real headroom at all, and Matt Doherty is the latest one to give it back to John Egan. If you're looking for something to pass a few minutes after the game, we've been talking a lot with John Egan and his family and friends over the last few weeks and put it all into a nice little documentary which you can watch on the Off the Ball YouTube channel right now. Really interesting backstory, of course, from brilliant Irish sporting heritage, as Gavin Bazunu plays it across his own 6-yard box. Ireland getting deeper and deeper, and the press coming slowly from Norway as Bazunu of Southampton fires it up towards the halfway line. Eventually Ireland managed to drag Norway onto them, but didn't really look like they had any great game plan as to how they were going to cut through the middle of them. And I think when we think back to the Armenia game, that was part of the problem as well. But Ireland are good on the turnovers high up the pitch, and this time it's Alan Brown. Robinson, 30 yards from goal, heading towards the edge of the area, lets off the left-footed shot, but it was always rising, and it goes high, left and wide. But good endeavour there from Alan Brown, winning the ball back in the middle of midfield of Patrick Berg, gave it to Robinson, and Robinson, well, he's never been shy in shooting from distance. 7 goals for Ireland, but this one was always going over.
That's a decent spell for Ireland. First 3 minutes, we've had the ball for all 3 minutes. You mentioned Norway, they have a good shape in them. You can see that they try to press in numbers, and not for the want of trying on that particular occasion, but good possession from Ireland. They were pinned right back, right in even the point where Brazilian looked like he was under a bit of pressure, but they played themselves out of a little bit of pressure and the good spell of possession.
And Norway now are going to have a chance to have a spell of possession, and now it goes to the left hand side to Bjork. Martin Odegaard captaining the team. He's just striding around inside the centre circle, but Norway go back. Obafemi puts some pressure on, and a first touch for Odegaard, closed down quickly by Cullen. Just lays it off to his left back. Cullen puts a bit of pressure on again, and Odegaard steps back in. And both sides getting plenty of the ball early on. Republic of Ireland showing better home form of late, just one defeat in their last 9 home games, that against the Ukraine. But here come Norway in their first attack of the game. Nathan Collins tries to get the block in, doesn't work out for him. Norway have it inside the area, it's pulled back, but it doesn't get to Larsson from Solbakken. An important interception back there from O'Dowda, but then he runs into a bit of trouble, and now it's Odegaard just down below our commentary position here, 25 yards out, little 1-2, comes to Berg, 30 yards from goal. Shot comes in from distance, always flying over the top of the crossbar though from Elianusi, and it'll be a goal kick to Ireland. 4.5 minutes gone, and it's been 2 minutes 20 for Ireland, 2 minutes 20 for Norway. Couple of shots in anger.
Yeah, the first opportunity for Norway have a spell of possession after Callum Robinson ballooned his chance over, and it was very good. Odegaard, obviously involved in everything really. You can see he has that real quality, doesn't he? He's able to drop a shoulder, but the one thing he does really well is he plays forward and direct. And as soon as he did on that occasion, he had a couple of Norwegians on the break, and that's the danger for Ireland. Sometimes we can be a little bit comfortable when we do have possession for a while, and then we get broken down. But this is going to be a really, really interesting test for Ireland, because it's a good shape about the Norwegians. You can have a look at them now. Even the likes of Odegaard working extremely hard, and when they go to close down, they really, really put a sprint on. So it's a well-structured, well-organised Norwegian team, and it's going to be difficult for us to break them down.
Ireland have got themselves a throw-in down this left-hand side. It's a hugely experienced Irish bench, albeit with a couple of players looking to make their debut, in Mark Sykes, Will Smallbone and Evan Ferguson. But the likes of Seamus Coleman, Robbie Brady, James McLean, Jeff Hendrick, all among the substitutes. And here is O'Dowda into Alan Brown, who has always been a favourite of Stephen Kenny, a very versatile player. And he goes crunching in on the challenge of Patrick Berg, who's been part of that Bodo Glimt side who did so well in the Europa League and have got themselves into the knockout stages of the Conference League. And that pressure again gets Ireland possession back high up the pitch. A throw in midway inside the Norwegian half. He'll be taken on this left hand side for Ireland by O'Dowda. He's playing on the left wing week in, week out for Cardiff in the Championship. Remember, he made his debut in that game against Belarus just on the eve of Euro 2016, when there was a feeling that maybe he'd make a late run for the squad. Now Cullen has a little pocket of space inside the centre circle, bringing it up towards the halfway line, surveying his options, rolls it short to Brown. O'Dowda's free in this left hand side, a little bit slow coming to Callum O'Dowda, but he has it now. Norway 11 men back behind the ball. It's a very set in their shape, but now the bit of pressure comes on from Thorsby, and Ireland give it to Nathan Collins.
That's a couple of occasions now, Nathan, where Ireland have tried to work the ball down that right hand side. I think it's the 11 for Norway, Elianusi. He's done a really good job of just blocking off Matt Doherty, and this is the only ball that's going to get him away. It's a wonderful strike from O'Shea, crossfield pass, but look how quickly he's closed down. So obviously Norway seem to feel that Doherty, a bit of a danger man for Ireland.
He certainly has been one of the better players of the Stephen Kenny era when he's had him fit. Little step over from O'Dowda, seen a lot of the ball at the start of this game, been tracked by Solbakken, down by the corner flag, falls over, a little bit of help coming from Larsson as well, and eventually The throw-in goes Ireland's way, right down by the corner flag to our left as Callum O'Dowda wanted to take quickly towards Obafemi, but the ball slipped out of his hands as he was doing so, and that allows Norway to get their shape. I did when I just came to our commentary position a couple of hours before kickoff. The Irish squad just arrived and spotted Keith Andrews taking O'Dowda away for a quiet word as to what they were looking from him this evening. And so he's been selected ahead of Robbie Brady and James McLean. We'll hear from Stephen Kenny after if there was any injury issues there that forced his hand.
It can be quite a difficult position to play, that left wing back row, because you've got to mix your defensive duties with getting forward.
Thorsby through towards Jorgen Larsson, but heavy pass from Thorsby, and it is back at the feet of Gavin Bazunu onto Nathan Collins. Two young Irishmen, first choice selections in the Premier League, but both of them had very difficult starts to the season and teams conceding a lot of goals. Now here is O'Dowda again. Everything coming down this left-hand side for Ireland in the opening stage of this game. 8.5 minutes gone. Republic of Ireland 0, Norway 0. 53106 is the text number if you're listening online, if you're listening anywhere around the world, as I know we often do. For the Irish internationals, do drop us a text. It's a friendly, so we give you a shout out. Stewie may even have a joke. Worryingly, he's currently trying to decide whether it's appropriate for the radio. So this may well be the end of the Murphy Byrne era.
Yeah.
Well, if you're going down, I'll probably go down with you, which is my concern.
You got to take chances in this game, Nathan.
Nice turn by Brown, driving forward and lays it off to his left. O'Dowda's first time cross, flicks up off Pedersen, appeals for a handball. Instead, it's going to spin behind for a corner kick for Ireland, where Ireland have been looking more and more dangerous in recent matches, and John Egan, who has scored in the Republic of Ireland's last two games, will step forward for this alongside Nathan Collins and Dara O'Shea. The corner down to our left in front of the West Stand and the couple of Norwegian supporters who are here. So it will be Josh Cullen to take this corner kick. He has the option of going short to O'Dowda. He does. Left-footed O'Dowda, outswinger in there, and up went Egan. Didn't quite arrive to him. Headed clear by Norway. Matt Doherty is the furthest man back. He picks it up, put under a little bit of pressure by Bjorkan, but they have to go all the way back then to Bazunu, who's 50 yards from his own goal. He drills it through the air down the left-hand side, but it goes over O'Dowda's head and out of play for a throw-in to Norway. 10 minutes gone, still scoreless.
Yeah, not one you see too often, is it, Nathan? That one, there was a strange one. O'Dowda seemed to take up a position 10 yards away from the corner kick, but on the line. It looked like one of them where he was going to play it to him and get it back, but he's whipped it in straight away. And that's all you want to do, you know, especially when you're looking to do those little short corner kicks. You're just trying to move the Norwegians just to give yourself every opportunity. But even in the build-up play to the corner, it was good stuff down that left-hand side between Brown and O'Dowda. O'Dowda was claiming there was a handball and Pedersen, but the fact that he found himself in good space, obviously the reason why he's
come
playing.
To life yet this game. Now here's Jason Malumbi, and stepping over the halfway line is O'Shea. Helps it on first time to O'Dowda again. Little ball into Obafemi. His touch brought him into Berg, and he manages to put it out of play for another throw into Ireland. You can tell by the noise from the crowd that they haven't fully got into this as of yet. Some of them walking in and going, I don't see Erling Haaland anywhere. Maybe I'll just go to the bar for a while.
Well, I'll tell you what, Matt Doherty is the only one on the pitch wearing gloves.
We've had Martin O'Neill having a pop at a lot of people, and I'm surprised there isn't a full chapter on Matt Doherty and his gloves.
You could probably do with them because he's just standing there for the first 11 minutes. The game hasn't gone down the right hand side at all because Norway have done such a very good job at sort of blocking it off.
It's all coming down this left hand side. O'Dowda, decent ball just over the head of Obafemi, headed clear as far as Collins, urged to shoot even though he's 40 yards from goal. He has got a wonder goal in him, we know that, and Matt Doherty does get a touch and instantly gets a free kick for Ireland as he's just pushed over by Bjorkan.
Yeah, and instantly two players around him as well. It was a clever move because I felt he could have gotten himself a little bit wider once Nathan Collins had picked it up, but he had his back to the game, found himself under a lot of pressure, and doing what most people do in that situation. When you feel someone on your back, you just hit the ground, pull in the free kick. Good opportunity for Ireland. Josh Cullen on the set pieces. O'Dowda's gone over as well. I think both certainly have that capability to put in good quality balls, and we've certainly got people in the box who can get themselves on the end of a good delivery.
So the free kick is just over 30 yards from goal. It's over on the far side of the pitch, the Irish right. It's about 10 yards in from the right touchline. Norway are holding their line right on the edge of the area. It's sent in by Cullen. I'm not sure what he was doing there. It didn't even reach the penalty area, and it's going to be rescued over on this left-hand side by Collins. Wasted opportunity there for Ireland, with all the centre-backs gone forward, and it's back in the centre circle with the man with the black gloves, Matt Doherty. He fires it down the left-hand side, beautifully controlled on the chest of Nathan Collins. Collins just under pressure from Odegaard, eventually manages to get it back to Malumbi, who runs into a little bit of trouble there, but Ireland, between Collins and Malumbi, do enough to win it back, but it's a throw into Norway, and all a little bit scrappy and sloppy from Ireland.
Yeah, but they were trying to work something from the free kick. It was one of them situations where Adauda and Josh Cullen were standing over the ball. Adauda had the ball in his hands, and you can see the two hands went up from Cullen. As soon as Adauda put the ball down, Cullen was trying to deliver a deep ball to the back stick to Nathan Collins. He's totally got it wrong. It was just a little bit scrappy from then on. I think Ireland are trying to work a few things, just on a couple of occasions, especially from set pieces, Nathan. We've done a few different things that I haven't seen us do yet.
And Callum O'Dowda, everything is coming down his side. Is that intentional?
I think it's the Norway. Well, this is the first pass now. There's Doherty away down his right hand side. That's the first chance if they'd been able to get him away. But look how quickly he's closed down.
Yeah, and he has no choice but to turn around. Josh Cullen, neat and tidy as ever. Having a really good season with Burnley at the top of the Championship. It'll be great to see him in the Premier League next season. Comes to O'Dowda again. Ireland are comfortable with the ball in the back third and the middle third. It's just when it comes to the final third, trying to get Obafemi and Robinson involved in the game. Robinson, I'm not sure he might has he touched the ball so far. Had that one shot and that was about it.
It's all to do with Norway's shape, to be quite honest with you, Nathan. You have a look at Odegaard, you got Berg, Stigard, all really sort of taking up very central positions, and they're working extremely well. I have to say, they work quite well in unison. Odegaard, for all his ability on the ball, you can see that as captain, he's a very, very good communicator. He's looking over his shoulder, he's pulling players in, he's really, really taking it on board. This captaincy role, not just for a club level, but a country level as well.
It was 5 years ago that Martin Odegaard was part of a Norwegian under-21 side that played the Republic of Ireland out in Tala, a scoreless draw. And what I remember being a bitterly cold night as well. A couple of interesting Irish players who played that night for the under-21s.
Who was he playing for then, Odegaard? You mentioned
he was with Real Madrid. He could have been on loan at Real Sociedad at the time. But he made a couple of first team appearances. Ireland are going to get a corner to come off Matt Doherty over the far side. It came off Matt Doherty. Josh Cullen was part of that Irish team, playing in the middle of midfield alongside who?
How long ago was it?
2017. Irish under 21s, middle of midfield, Josh Cullen and current international.
I know, blank.
Hoping to lift the World Cup, Declan Rice.
Wow. Now you've been holding that one for a while, haven't you? You won't be lifting the World Cup, by the way.
Nathan Collins over on the far side. Back to Matt Doherty. A couple of other players
that's
who
my
played
joke.
in that.
England won't be lifting the World Cup.
Ryan Manning played. Colin Ronan, who I would say will be hoping to break into the Irish squad soon. Also in that team, Ronan Curtis, who's been around the Irish squad over the last couple of years.
Anyone else that team want to go through all 22 players?
Well, we might have to, but if nothing happens in this game. Quarter of an hour gone. Republic of Ireland 0. Norway 0. Hasn't quite kicked off as of yet. There's been a lot of really good Ireland games lately. We went through a very barren spell. We were here all those long COVID nights when we were the only people in the stadium, and it was pretty grim.
Amazing game, Oman. Remember that?
Yeah, Qatar.
Unbelievable Qatar was.
We scored a few goals against Qatar.
I still remember that game.
There's been quite a few goals, at least in Ireland games as of late.
This has been quite a tactical affair, I have to say. You can see by the way Norway set up.
Brown wins it back again. That's 2 or 3 times now Adam Brown has pressed at the right time and won the ball back inside the Norwegian half. He just hasn't been able to get it to Obafemi and Robinson. Cullen goes in crunching. Brown is in there again, and Obafemi with the little header back onto the chest of O'Dowda. But he's got 3 Norwegian players very close by. Sends a low ball in, doesn't quite get there towards Robinson. Obafemi had held his run, and Norway really don't want to commit anyone forward. They're basically playing with 11 players inside their own half.
But even when Brown did make that breakthrough you just mentioned there, Nathan, he had very, very few options. He tried to dink one through to Obafemi and it was quickly blocked down. As we mentioned, Norway are really shoring up those central areas. They're trying to force Ireland wide, and they're predominantly forcing Ireland down Ireland's left-hand side. Just can't get Matt Doherty away, and on the occasion that Matt Doherty has been able to get himself in the position to get down that right-hand side, he's kind of struggled a little bit because he's been effectively idle for the first 15 minutes.
So how do they get him more involved?
I think when the play is coming down this left-hand side, and all the Norwegians are shuffling over, and on the one occasion Darragh O'Shea or even Egan was able to get his head up and ping that 50-60 yard pass away to Doherty. That's what he thrives on. Doherty loves to get in behind the fullback early, so I'd love to see more of that, especially from Darragh O'Shea. I think he has that in his locker.
Matt Doherty winning his 32nd cap for Ireland this evening. And Robinson with a nice turn and then sprays the ball to this left hand side. Will it come to O'Dowda? It won't. It's just cut out by Marcus Pettersson, the Feyenoord defender. The two full-backs tonight for Norway, both playing their club football with Feyenoord. But it is a throw into Ireland. 25 yards out down this left hand side. Again, it's O'Dowda. No great movement.
Have a look how tight it is, Nathan. Have a look at the white shorts. Look how tight it is. Look how well they've congested that whole area. I think he needs to come out of there completely, O'Dowda, doesn't he? Come right back to Darragh O'Shea, which he does now. Can we get it away early across that right hand side?
I think the problem may be that Norway's game plan is keep 10 men back and let Erling Haaland score. But when Erling Haaland isn't here, he's got a bit of a problem. Jørgen Larsen, as hard as he may try, you sir are no Erling Haaland.
I read a very interesting article in the programme. Did you read it? I know Haaland, was it 21 goals for Norway?
21 goals and 23
Who's the leading goal scorer in Norwegian history? It's in the programme, did not read it.
Jørgen
Juve of Lynn. Okay, 33 goals. And he played in 1936 when
I think
Norway,
people preferred my Declan Rice story.
Hang on, this is even better. He played in the Norway against Germany game, 1936 Olympics, the only game Adolf Hitler ever attended.
Wow, that is good, Stewie.
It is good, isn't it? They are now.
Now that's the bit of trivia people wanted.
We'll wait for.
Free kick for Norway.
Norway won 3-2, by the way.
Brown went through the back of Odegaard. Norway and Bjorkan striding through the Irish midfield, but he was tracked well, and Cullen just takes it away from him, and Nathan Collins plays it to John Egan, who's had the slippers on so far. Back he goes to O'Shea, and Ireland with a little triangle before they go back to their goalkeeper Gavin Bazunu. Bazunu forward then to Cullen. Odegaard closes him down quickly, so Cullen goes back to Bazunu again and then chips the ball out to the right hand side. Matt Doherty wins the header up towards the halfway line on Robinson, but cut out by Østegård. However, Norway on both sides really struggling in possession so far. 20 minutes gone, still scoreless here and off the ball, and now Callum Robinson has it over on the right hand side, and he lays it back to Doherty, who'll play it across field onto the chest of Darragh O'Shea, just inside his own half. And Collins to Egan. And Norway, when Ireland do have it, they all move in unison in their white jerseys down to our right hand side, trying to force Ireland into a mistake without massively committing.
It's good, Nathan. You have to appreciate it, to be quite honest with you. Especially Norway, they're what are they ranked 42 in the world? They're 6 or 7 places ahead of us. You might have expected maybe they'd be a bit more of a technical team, but a very extremely hard working team at the moment, and it's working. They've kind of seemed to have snuffed Ireland out. Might be the game plan. Can they kind of frustrate us for 30 minutes and then turn on the stuff? But as you say, they're quite sure they're in now.
Yeah, in down the left hand side, and Nathan Collins tracking the run. Lovely little step back. John Egan comes out, thought about making the challenge, held his ground, got the block in. Now it's Odegaard on the right hand side of the area. Ireland plenty of men back now in defensive positions. Comes out to Marcus Pettersson. He's been tracked by O'Dowda. Little ball dinked over the top for Pettersson to chase down. Pettersson gets there, but O'Dowda stuck with him every step of the way and gets his shin on it and pushes it behind for a corner kick, a first corner kick of this game for Norway.
Yeah, probably the first part in the game where Norway probably had us in a little bit of trouble getting in behind the fullback down that left hand side, but we were able to recover. He's done well on that occasion, hasn't he, O'Dowda, because he could have been caught out by a little quick 1-2. Pettersson got in behind him. He's able to recover, so far so good for O'Dowda, especially in that left wing back position. He's able to show he can do the defensive stuff as well as getting forward.
It's a corner kick down to our right hand side. It'll be taken by Arsenal's Martin Odegaard, and this is 46th cap for his country. Made his debut 8 years ago, and as it comes in, it's volleyed and side-footed over the top of the crossbar by Patrick Berg. It was a little bit too high for him. Didn't seem quite to make the decision as to whether he wanted to volley it or chest it down, and he had a bit more time than he thought as the ball came in from Odegaard, and it was always flying over the top.
Tell you what, Nathan, they've worked that very well, I have to say. Like I say, I don't think I don't think Berg realised how much time he had. A nice little interchange between Odegaard. I think it might have been Pedersen. And he's actually purposely just laid it back to that edge of the box area. Berg had made a cute little run, faked to go back stick, and then he came right around. Just needed to guide it on target, didn't he? There was certainly a lot of pace in the ball to him.
Well, Norway's Nations League campaign really collapsed at the end. They ended up losing their last 2 matches at home against Serbia and away in Slovenia. They'd won 3 of their first 4, winning over in Serbia, and that meant they didn't gain promotion to League A. Given away by Ireland at the back. Odegaard helps it on, and the shot comes in. Oh, and Larsson appeals for the corner kick. It's going to be a goal kick. Jørgen Strand Larsson's effort always going upwards, and he thought it might end up in the top corner. It was Gavin Bazunu's pass forward that didn't find an Irish player, and he was sort of off balance as he hit it. You could see what he was trying to do. Bazunu's at full stretch. Looked like he might have got a slight fingertip on it, but the referee says no, and Ireland played very short with 3 players lined up across the 6-yard box, and this time they do manage to get it out, and it's over on the right hand side with Matt Doherty. But just in the last couple of moments, signs of life for Norway, but still scoreless here and off the ball, coming up on 24 minutes gone. Bit of space now for Robinson. He helps it on then to Brown. O'Dowda's flying forward on the left hand side. Here is Callum O'Dowda bringing it towards the edge of the Norwegian penalty area. Little step overs towards the end line, sends it in very, very deep. Dangerous ball. Doherty goes up. Doherty can't get there. Good defending by Bjorkan, but Ireland get themselves a corner kick. Best passage of play from Ireland in this game so far, from Bazunu's short goal kick, one end of the pitch to the other, and the end result is a corner kick.
Yeah, and the difference was as good pace to the Ireland attack. We're able to get away quickly. We had Norway running back towards our own goal, which is what you want. O'Dowda didn't, he didn't hang around. He got closed down by Pedersen, but just got it out of his feet and done what I felt was the right ball to do. He just dinked it into that back stick. They got a lot of height, the Norwegians. They eventually got a lot of numbers back, but Matt Doherty was steaming in back post, wasn't he? He was good defending in the end. Again, corner kick.
So corner kick this time over on the far side of the pitch. Big crowd at Lansdowne Road this evening for this friendly. Still waiting for a first real shot in anger. Maybe it'll come now. Ball from the corner kick falls straight at the feet of Elyounoussi, and they clear up towards the halfway line, and Doherty goes back towards Gavin Bazunu. The singing section behind Bazunu's goal raised their voices.
Yeah, set pieces have been poor. That's 2 or 3 really good opportunities. That's Bazunu. That's the second time he's ballooned one too long as well.
Yeah, straight
right hand
over
side over to the left hand side.
I'll tell you what, this has been a good advertisement for the first 25 minutes. The Nations League.
How so?
Because there's something at stake in the Nations League. They replaced the friendlies and they feel like they matter, whereas this has felt like a friendly of old. No real energy or intensity to it so far. Doherty ran towards 4 Norwegian players. They're very good at crowding around the Irish when they try and come on the attack. A couple of little step overs on the far side from Elyounoussi. Back he goes then to Bjorkan, and the 2 centre halves have it, and Leo Østegård of Napoli. And you look at where Ireland are on the world rankings, in 49th, just a few places behind Norway, but you look at the calibre of clubs that a lot of these Norwegian players are playing at, and top flights across Europe, whether it's the 2 fullbacks at Feyenoord, Østegård at Napoli, Morten Thorsby in midfield playing at Union Berlin, who have had a good start to the Bundesliga season, Mohamed Elyounoussi at Southampton, and of course Martin Odegaard, their captain, and the captain of Arsenal as well. It's a loose challenge from Malumbi.
You wouldn't even get away with that.
Take that one on the bingo box, I think, for Jason Malumbi.
You wouldn't get away with that. That's just crazy. That's just a lunge, studs up, right up, isn't he? I suppose Larsson's done something similar as well. I think he's trying to protect the ball, Larsson, rather. It's just Malumbi. It's the intent. He sort of goes in quite aggressively. It's something that something I love in his game. I'm sure Stephen is the same, but it's something he has to learn how to control, that kind of get that little bit of aggressiveness, or that I don't know what the best phrase is, that little bit of nastiness, maybe tone it down from nastiness.
I think back to the game over in Hampden Park against Scotland where he had to be taken off, and maybe was very lucky not to have been sent off. Free kick taken
off here,
50 yards out. Odegaard swings it in dangerously. It bounces off the chest of Bazunu, who wasn't quite expecting it. Shot blocked down at close range by Cullen, and then Doherty is the man who emerges with the ball over on the far side. A little bit shaky there from Gavin Bazunu. It was a really dangerous ball from Martin Odegaard. There was good pace on it, and Bazunu was waiting for a touch from somebody, and it never came, and it almost caught him out, and it just bounced off his chest. Free kick to Ireland on the halfway line, which they take quickly. And that's poor from O'Dowda, who wasn't anticipating the pass from Alan Brown. You could see it from up here.
I agree with you, Nathan. I thought O'Dowda was at fault there. Absolutely. It's a blind pass around the corner from Brown, but if O'Dowda's reading it, he's away. And that's obviously that continuity of O'Dowda playing in that position with the players. Need to be reading stuff like that better.
It started to open up over the last 5 minutes, and it's Norway who are starting to gain a bit more of a foothold in the game. Here's Odegaard, little touch on to Pedersen. Solbakken has it now. Just a third cap for him. And the scruffy pass from Odegaard, but he gets away with it. Manages to find its way back to Strandberg. And then Lustegard helps it on to Bjorkan. Pressure comes from Obafemi. Been way too peripheral in this game so far, Robinson and Obafemi, in particular Obafemi. He needs to find a way in games like this to get himself involved or to stretch the defence, which has been hard to do because Norway's shape has been so solid.
I think that's the key. Yeah. I mean, you've got three centre players: Odegaard, Thorsby, Solbakken on occasion, and once Obafemi gets the ball, he's got white shorts everywhere around him, but maybe just needs to hold it up a little bit and wait for help to come.
Pedersen around O'Dowda into the area, pulls it back. There now for Berg. Berg tries to go through one challenge. Solbakken now to Pedersen again. Ireland have 9 players inside their own penalty area. Here is Solbakken on the right hand side through one challenge, and then the sliding tackle came in and perfectly timed from Malumbi. Got to give him credit for that one inside the area. It was a risky challenge. If he was a split second off, as the cross comes in deep from Odegaard, it's over everybody's head, collected by Bazunu, and he quickly rolls it out to Matt Doherty, but he's totally isolated out there. Nobody comes out there with him. He's a bit peeved about that, I think. There's no point Bazunu throwing the ball out to him and trying to set him off in a counter-attack if everybody just runs away from him.
Yeah, it's just clever from Norway. They always have those numbers in just banked sitting at the back. Ireland a good opportunity now down this left-hand side with Brown and O'Dowda.
Again, we've seen this countless times in this first half as we head towards the half-hour mark. Left-hand side of the area, O'Dowda's ball. Robinson has his back to goal. His control just brought him back into the path of another Norwegian, and that was Patrick Berg, and he's able to volley it out of play. So half an hour gone at Lansdowne Road. Republic of Ireland 0, Norway 0. Don't know where we'd start with all the highlights so far. I literally don't know where we'd start.
Has anybody hit the target?
Here's Obafemi. No, maybe it'll come now though. Malumbi, 25 yards out. Has to go back towards Collins. Malumbi again. Little 1-2. And Ireland back towards the halfway line. In fairness to Norway, I was half joking about Erling Haaland and their game plan, but if you're Ståle Solbakken, their manager, and you're looking at the next few years, you're thinking, let's have a rock-solid defence, a very well-organised team, and let's just trust the best striker in the world to score us the goals and enough goals to win matches.
Yeah, I certainly wouldn't put you against that tactic. Even when you look at City this year, at times there's been games where he's just literally gotten goals out of nothing. He's just added that, that extra dimension to the City team, which is, already an exceptional team, but that directness. This is what we need to see more of here now. Is John Egan on that occasion cross-yard pass.
Doherty heads it down from Malumbi, right-hand side of the penalty area, over towards the touchline, flicks it on from Malumbi again. Flag stays down. Cross from Malumbi is a decent one. Alan Brown, though, couldn't get to the edge of the 6-yard box. Headed clear. Doherty doesn't get there, and Norway manage to clear the danger. It'll be a throw into Ireland over on the far side of the pitch. Goals haven't really been a problem for Ireland over the last year or so. It had been a real struggle for a long, long time. But they've scored 3 in each of the last 2 games at this stadium, but neither keeper really having had anything to do so far. We've had shots from both sides from distance, but nothing's come at them. It's going to be another corner kick for Ireland. Callum Robinson has tears in his eyes because I think somebody might have just stood in his toe. Oh no, I think somebody gave him a kick somewhere else actually, and
his other toe,
his eyes were watering. Corner kick to Ireland. Over on the far side, Josh Cullen raises his left hand. Collins is there, O'Shea is there, and John Egan, the captain, as well, around the penalty spot. Outswinger this time. Decent ball towards Egan again, though. Up well goes Ostegaard. Good power behind the header. Obafemi has to set off and chase, but Doherty gets there, but he plays it straight off Solbakken. However, Doherty scampers across to the right-hand side as Solbakken was trying to get clear through on goal, manages to win it ahead of the Norwegian and turns the ball back to Gavin Bazunu. We haven't really got above a murmur at Lansdowne Road so far.
It's one of them games, Nathan, where you just have to respect the fact that the Norwegians are set it really well. We need to keep moving the ball as much as we possibly can. Just keep prodding and don't lose our discipline in the same way that we did in the last game when we almost blew a 2-goal lead. Lessons need to be learned from that, but it's been, as I say, it's been a very tactical affair at the moment. The Norwegians are certainly set at their stall to stop us from playing, but they do have danger, especially with Odegaard on the ball now. Have that bit of quality just to open you up at the drop of a hat.
It's a bit of maturity really that Stephen Kenny needs from his players on a night like this. It feels like it's going to be a low scoring game, but the stakes are so high still for Stephen Kenny. There's a huge difference between getting the goal or not. And now here come Norway down the left hand side. Elianusi goes past one, goes past another, goes down inside the area, threw himself to the ground, nothing in it at all, and the referee tells Ireland to get on with it. I'm not sure if it was a dive or a slip, but it was a dangerous run again. He got away from Matt Doherty. I think just trying to get into a more advanced position to get himself into the game a little bit more, but he was almost caught out. Ireland fire it long and the ball is back with the Norwegian goalkeeper Ørjan Nyland.
Well, that's exactly what happened there. Our natural position is to have the two central back three and the two wing backs kind of push up really high. We won the ball back. We were in possession. I think it was Callum Robinson had the ball, and Matt Doherty had gone right up really high, lost possession really quickly, and all of a sudden Elianusi's way down that left hand side. I thought he was poor on that occasion, Elianusi, because if we had Ireland scurrying, we were in trouble. He was just a little bit selfish, didn't really have an idea in his head what he was going to do.
Now Bjorkan, fullback, gives it to Elianusi over on the left hand side, midway inside the Irish half. Norway playing from left to right in this first period, and it's still scoreless with about 10 minutes to go until half time. Of course, one more game left for Ireland this year as they head to Malta for a friendly on Sunday evening. Probably going to be a bit of more experimenting in that game. Powerful header by O'Shea, collected by Robinson down to our left. He plays it back off Pedersen, and now to play for another throw in. Ireland have a lot of these throw-ins in this position midway inside the Norwegian half, and I've almost always ended up having to go back to Gavin Bazunu from them.
Have a look at Norway, Nathan. You very rarely see that at international level. They've literally got probably 8 players in the space of a 40-yard square.
Yeah, they're not afraid to let Matt Doherty have 40 yards over on the far side. They obviously feel these Irish players just don't have that in their locker.
They don't have a player in the locker. Absolutely, that's it.
They don't have a Andy Robertson or a Trent Alexander-Arnold, but they've given it away now. Doherty comes onto it on the edge of the DO. It's just taken off his toe by Thorsby. A rare mistake from Norway, and Doherty pounced quickly, but to get away from Bjorkan he had to take a heavy touch, and that brought him into the path of Thorsby, and he just left the foot in on them, and it was a free kick to Norway. What more can Michael Obafemi be doing?
I think he needs to learn sometimes to just kind of stop. Once he gets the ball into him, he just needs to hold it up. I think he's can be a little bit guilty maybe of just constantly trying to move or offload quickly because he's expecting that Irish player to come off him. But he has to have a look at how Norway have set up. They've got numbers around them all the time, and sometimes you just need to stand still. You can see he's quite isolated at the moment up there, I have to say, but you just need him to maybe hold on to it a little bit longer before help gets there. But Ireland in turn obviously have to get numbers up too, and we're not really getting that there at the moment. We don't really tend to have a runner from midfield, a kind of an advanced midfield that can either get in touch with them or get beyond them. I'm looking at Alan Brown in the picture at the moment now. He seems to be the most advanced of those midfield three, but he's just not timing his run right to give him a little bit of help.
A message in from our former colleague Enda Call. Any Norway team jokes from Stewie tonight to liven this game up a bit? We are at that stage. 37 minutes gone. Republic of Ireland 0, Norway 0. 0 attempts on target from either side. The call is going out. It's international friendly night. Send us your jokes. Can't believe it's come to this. I thought we were past it, as the free kick is given away for Josh Cullen. Ireland have had 62% possession so far. They've had twice as many completed passes of Norway, but it's all happening really where Norway wanted to happen, inside Ireland's own half.
Yeah, and again, it's there hasn't been much in the way of opportunities from Ireland being created. It's in terms of an exercise for Ireland, it's probably good that we spent most of this half in possession. We've worked ourselves out of some tight situations, especially when we're being closed down in and around our own box. It's just something that we need to work on. This is where we let ourselves down now. That direct ball was never on.
There was John Egan going a bit more route one this time, and Ireland just don't have the men in support of whoever's furthest up to try and win the second ball. And now it goes back to Norway, and they'll have a spell of possession and see if they can come up with something. Chested down by their centre-back Strandberg, closed down quickly by Obafemi, comes to Pedersen on this near side. O'Dowd is onto him. They go back to the keeper Nyland, and he calmly strokes the ball to Pedersen.
He could be booked for this, O'Dowd. I'd be lucky if he didn't.
Tug of the jersey. The referee tonight is Allard Linhout of the Netherlands, who goes over, talks to Callum O'Dowd. Sorry, I fell asleep there for a second, Callum. What happened? And I'm going to let you away with it.
I tell you what, he's that's a booking in my car. I don't know how he's gotten away with
it. It's a friendly, Stewie.
He pulled them back.
It's a friendly.
Well, it's a bit of frustration from O'Dowd, wasn't it? Really, something that you don't tend to see from him. Obviously, made a run. He was right up in that Norwegian box. He made a hell of a run. Didn't get the ball. Found himself in a bit of trouble trying to get back.
It was this day 12 years ago that Norway last played in Dublin.
What was the team that day?
Well, I'll tell you, Seamus Coleman was the only player who's here tonight that was involved. He didn't come on. It was the first time he was actually ever in a Republic of Ireland squad. And he sat on the bench that evening. And aside from that, it is a very, very different team. Haven't been too many classics between them through the years. You think back to the World Cup in '94, scoreless draw. But that was at a World Cup, so it probably meant a little bit more than this.
That was a good result for us.
Got Ireland into the knockout stages. Free kick, midway inside the half from Odegaard. Dangerous ball, well won by Nathan Collins in the air. Sent back in, not fully cleared just as of yet from Ireland. Shot comes in, blocked again by Collins. It was Elianussi's side-footed effort. Don't think he got a full contact on it from about 10 yards out, but twice there Nathan Collins had to be brave, had to be big, had to win that ball for Ireland, and he did just that.
I think it might have been Darragh Shea, was it? Just ended up in the right place at the right time when it comes to Elianussi here. No, you're right, it was Nathan Collins, sliding tackle a la John Terry.
Sure, we have a few of our own centre-backs we could compare him to. Corner kick to Norway, over on the far side, outswinger, and it's in the back of the net. Norway have got themselves a goal, and it's the centre-back Leo Østigard who smashes a header past Gavin Bazunu. Corner kick from Martin Odegaard over on the far side of the pitch, and Leo Østigard gets his first international goal. Powerful, powerful header, nothing Bazunu could do. Managed to get himself free, and Norway lead at Lansdowne Road. Republic of Ireland 0, Norway 1. 5 minutes to go until half-time. And it was John Egan who was marking him and who just lost Østigard there. I think Nathan Collins is claiming that one of the Norwegian players was blocking their run. I don't think there was anything really in that. There's no VAR anyways tonight at Lansdowne Road, but a really good header from Østigard, and Norway get themselves a lead.
It's coming out of nowhere, hasn't it, really? But you have to have a look at the quality of the delivery from Odegaard. The movement is very good as well from Østigard. He's just timed it really, really well. Sometimes when the delivery is that good into a good area and the timing of the run, very, very, not really much you can do. Just wonder, could we have done something more with the man we had in the hole, maybe, because it's kind of hit that area, hasn't it? But it's a blow for Ireland. It's come out of nothing really, but Norway just have that quality, especially with Odegaard. The delivery is excellent.
Yeah, it was a sublime delivery, and as you said, the defending had to be better from Ireland. John Egan just found himself behind Østigard and was chasing his shadow. Nathan Collins was a little bit blindsided. Darragh Shea was there as well, and Østigard made no mistake. And as you said, a game that really had not a lot going on at all. Ireland had way more of the possession, and with no chances, no shots on target from either side. Suddenly one opportunity from a set piece and Norway take it, and Ireland have had plenty of opportunities with their 3 corner kicks and haven't had a good delivery from one of them.
I think you said it. I mean, it's definitely because it's one of those tactical games. It's very, I'm trying to work out the whole dynamic when you think, you know, the fact that, you know, both these teams aren't going to have much to do for the next 3 or 4 weeks. I don't know whether that's playing on the minds of the players. Is there a sort of a psychological drop maybe in performance? But it has definitely been a flat enough affair. It's been quite a tactical game, and there hasn't been much in the way of really clear-cut opportunities. But it's all coming down to the set pieces, and we've been poor with our set pieces. We haven't really lived up to. We haven't really put any really good deliveries in there, especially when we have the likes of Nathan Collins, Egan or O'Shea. But now we find themselves 1-0 up because they're taking advantage of the corners they had.
It was a great set-piece goal. It had quality in all the areas you need from Odegaard and Østigård. And Ireland need to find a way back into this game. John Egan goes long out to the right to Doherty, who chests it down, but Malumbi again had just held his run, and Malumbi's been poor in this first half, hasn't really impacted the game at all. Norway coming to counter-attack. Egan steps across in front of Larsson, and then referee blows his whistle because Jørgen Larsson a bit too eager to get that ball back and committed the foul. Into the final 2 minutes of this first half, and it suddenly started to feel a whole lot colder around the stadium with the Norwegians going in front. Maybe the conditions suit them better. Callum Robinson plays it straight to Østigård. I think he expected Michael Obafemi to go somewhere else.
It's just that Norwegian shape, Nathan. They've been very, very good, I have to say, and we need to be better in those situations. I mean, Callum Robinson's got time there. Once he's turned, he doesn't need to offload that early. He needs to get his head up, assess the situation, realise that he's got time on the ball. Doesn't need to get over Obafemi away. Maybe he needs to go out to Matt Doherty. We're struggling a little bit with the Matt Doherty thing because he is quite isolated at the moment. Norway have done a very good job of shoving everything down Ireland's left-hand side. As you mentioned, that we talked about it. We don't have that player that can really get the ball out of his feet and zing that 70-yard pass away quickly. We've tried it on a couple of occasions. Nathan Collins has tried it, Egan has tried it, but it's been quite a fluffy pass. It's been lobbed up. It hasn't really been in behind the fullback. It's a little bit scrappy. It just needs to be done with pace and a bit more intention.
Well, we have a message in from Ronnie Feeney saying another Kenny performance, backwards football.
That's better.
And maybe now that'll come off. Can Matt Doherty keep it in play over on the far side? He can, but all he can do is turn it out of play for a throw-in. But I suspect that echoing a lot of people watching this saying backwards football, possession with no final action.
Yeah, I think
Ireland are certainly having a lot more of the ball in games, but they're having it very deep, and as you said, they don't have anyone who can make that final pass.
You have to take into consideration how well Norway have set up. They're working extremely hard. The structure of the team is very good. They're moving in unison. But look, we're playing against a quality team. You have to you have to work out how you're going to break these down. I do think that pass to Matt Doherty is the one that we need to work on.
So the referee decides no need for any injury time at the end of a very forgettable first half from an Irish point of view. At the break, the score is Republic of Ireland 0, Norway 1. Leo Østigård, the Norwegian centre half, scoring his first international goal 4 minutes before half time. Perfect set piece. The delivery from Martin Odegaard, left-footed outswinger, and Østigård got away from John Egan and smashed the header past Gavin Bazunu. Before that, there was little or nothing to report. Both sides had a couple of shots from distance that were well over the top. Neither goalkeeper had a save to make. Ireland have had far more possession, 62% in that first half, but they've had little or nothing inside the final third. And Stephen Kenny has another one of those important half-time team talks to make, even if it is just a friendly, a forgettable one here at the Aviva Stadium. Second half commentary to come, but at the break, Republic of Ireland with work to do. Ireland 0, Norway 1.
Off the ball on News Talk.
Places, everybody!
On Movies and Booze this week, we'll be speaking to the man behind the global hit podcast My Dad Wrote a Porno. We'll delve into the world of sick bag collectors. And of course, we'll be reviewing all the latest movie releases and tasting some delicious wine. Sure, what else would you do on a Friday?
Movies and Booze on Moncrief.
With Marks and Spencer.
On News Talk.
Welcome to the brand new Easy Living Interiors Liffey Valley Retail Park store.
Wow.
Welcome to our biggest ever showroom with over 100 sofas on display.
Okay, so blue velvet or grey leather? Which do you prefer?
Over 50 dining sets.
Yeah, I love the ceramic top and it's extendable.
And over 30 Easy Living Interiors bedroom ranges.
Oh my God, this mattress is so comfortable.
The new Easy Living Interiors Liffey Valley Retail Park store. Grand opening with launch day offers and treats this Saturday from 9:30.
Dundeel has the largest range of electric vehicles in Ireland from Ireland's trusted premium car dealerships. That's why you will find Brady's Dublin Mercedes-Benz on Dundeel. Stop by Brady's Dublin Mercedes-Benz showroom on Dundeel today and connect with them for great deals on electric vehicles. Dundeel, for electric vehicle deals to feel great about from all of Ireland's trusted car dealerships.
Give the gift of the perfect book this Christmas at Dubray. Our half-price book of the week is Kelly, the inspirational life story of Kelly Harrington, written with Roddy Doyle. Shop in-store or online at dubraybooks.ie, where you'll find a world of books at your fingertips. Dubray, for the perfect Christmas gift.
You want financing to grow your business? You want to borrow, not beg. You want financing fast. Is that too much to ask? Not if you ask us. We're Linked Finance. Just simple, fast business loans with a decision in 24 hours. Go to linkedfinance.com to apply online today. Linked Finance. What business wants.
Island's Edge Stout is less bitter, like Ian Hughes from Antrim. Ian.
Well, my brother-in-law has this massive gaff. He's got extensions on the extensions. New car. He's got new teeth. Raking it in he was. Yeah, but why be better?
Yeah, there's no need.
No, well, actually, it turns out that he was embezzling funds from the business. Looks like he's going to do time for it.
Oh, that's desperate.
Yeah, really, really dreadful.
Right. Island's Edge. It's better, less bitter.
Get the facts, be drink aware, visit drinkaware.ie.
Feel good this Black Friday. Get double discounts with Bring Back Friday from Vodafone, with up to €200 off all smartphones when you switch. Plus, help your pocket and the planet with an average of another €130 back when you trade in your used smartphone. See Vodafone.ie or pop in store. Vodafone. Together we can.
New customers only. Subject to availability, eligibility and annual price increase of CPI plus 3%. Average €130 trade-in value based on August-October 2022. See Vodafone.ie/terms.
This Christmas, feel joy, gift joy and send them joy with the perfect gift at Arnott's. Explore an endless array of gifting that will bring joy to everyone on your list. Shop Irish at the Christmas market. Support emerging new businesses with Pitch 22. Or find something extra special from one of our world-class brands. Shop in-store and online at arnotts.ie.
Looking for ways to reduce your heating bills this winter? Our highly efficient Daikin air-to-water heat pumps are up to 5 times more efficient than traditional heating systems. Find your nearest dealer now at daikin.ie. That's DAIKIN.ie. Daikin. Your energy, your choice.
Innoval Insurance is now Gallagher. Gallagher is Ireland's new name in insurance and financial planning. We are proud to become part of a global brand with an Irish family heritage. If your car, van or house insurance is due for renewal, call Gallagher for a quote today on 0818 222 400. Arthur J. Gallagher, Insurance Brokers Ireland Limited, trading as Gallagher and Polsky Quote, is regulated by the Central Bank of Ireland.
Inside your Volkswagen is something precious. It is engineering, genuine parts, technical expertise. It is your Volkswagen's DNA. It is so precious that 8 out of 10 Irish drivers would pay more for a Volkswagen serviced by Volkswagen expert technicians. Help protect your Volkswagen's DNA and its resale value. Book your classic service from only €199 at volkswagenservice.ie. Terms and conditions apply.
Volkswagen.
Now in stock at Harvey Norman, the Dyson Special Edition Colour of the Season, with the iconic Dyson Airwrap Hairstyler, Corral Straightener and Supersonic Hairdryer, all now available in Vinca Blue and Rosé. Get the most out of Dyson technology and try something different with your styling tools. Create gentle curls, defined waves, or a refined, smooth and sleek look with Dyson Hair Care technology, with prices starting from €429. Shop in store or online now at Harvey Norman, your Dyson specialists.
Go! Your chance to win big. News Talk's Cash Machine.
Now, Thursday was a day that Nicola Wren won't forget for a very long time. She was in the car with the kids when Barry made the call and she won an incredible amount of cash. So the cash machine has been reset and the amount that you need to know is €20,912.07. To enter, text PLAY and only the word PLAY to 57557. That is 57557. If it's you that we call after 3 p.m, you need to answer your call within 5 rings. Tell us that prize amount and you will win the money. That number
again, €20,912.07. Cost of the text, €2.50 plus your standard message rate to play. You have to be over the age of 18 and you are playing across the Go Loud network of stations. Full terms are available on our website, which is newstalk.com.
Football on Off the Ball.
With Sky. Watch big games from the Women's Super League live on Sky Sports.
This is News Talk.
Half-time at the Aviva Stadium in our live commentary game here on Off the Ball. It is Norway leading the Republic of Ireland by 1-0. The goal coming late in the first half. A header from Leo Ostegard. Football here on Off the Ball brought to you by Sky. All the football you love in one place across Sky Sports, BT Sport and Premier Sports. David Wilson's here with me. Tough watch that first half realistically.
Not the most exciting of games, Will. I think Norway probably edged it on the balance of play. Probably deserved to be a goal up just before the goal was scored. Nathan Collins made a good block from Alianusi. So yeah, it's probably a fair result at the minute.
Couple of crosses into the box gave half chances for the Republic of Ireland, but outside of that, not carrying a huge amount of threat in attack.
No, there's no real link between the midfield. Not getting Michael Obafemi into the game at all. Callum Robinson's been in and out. Alan Brown's been pretty anonymous. O'Dowd has been half decent going forward down the left, but defensively suspect. So they're going to need to really come up with a few different ideas for the second half. Probably get a creative midfielder on, or a more creative midfielder than Alan Brown.
Unusual role for Callum O'Dowd. We were wondering where he was going to play pre-game because Doherty could have potentially played left wing back. With McLean and Brady both on the bench, that's an obvious change they could make. But what have you made of O'Dowd playing in a very different position here?
Yeah, he's been okay. He's struggled at times, especially defensively in the ball, getting in behind him, between him and Darragh O'Shea. Going forward, he had one nice cross into the box that Callum Robinson controlled but couldn't swivel and get a shot off. He's gone past his man once or twice, but he's been... Look, there's nothing really happening for any of the Irish players out there. So maybe if he's moved a bit closer to goal, a bit closer to Obafemi, maybe get Ogbene on as well, there might be a bit more creative spark.
I can assure you as well, 39 minutes into Piers Morgan sits down with Cristiano Ronaldo part 2. Very little's happened in that 39 minutes either. The clip that went out about the relationship between Cristiano Ronaldo and Eric Ten Hag probably explained the first half hour of the interview tonight, which is that Cristiano says he has no real relationship with Eric Ten Hag, and that is the reason he stormed down the tunnel for the Tottenham game a few weeks ago. All right, we're going to take a very short break. When we come back over to the Aviva to Stewie and Nathan.
Football on Off the Ball.
With Sky. Watch big games from the Women's Super League live on Sky Sports.
This is News Talk.
Lactac sale now on at Curry's. Save €370 on the Samsung Series 6 fridge freezer with water dispenser, now $529. Or get the Samsung 43-inch smart 4K TV, now $399. Save €50. Get in store or online at currys.ie.
The small everyday choices we make can make all the difference to the world we live in. Today, that's never been more relevant. At SSE Airtricity, we have a range of supports in place to help our customers through the months ahead. Advice on managing bills, how to get accurate meter readings, and practical energy-saving tips. Visit sseairtricity.com/customer support to learn more and find out how we're supporting customers. SSE Airtricity. This is Generation Green.
Boyle Sports have the hottest offering for Qatar 22, with the biggest enhancements on the biggest matches with epic odds, including Qatar versus Ecuador, Spain versus Germany, and Wales versus England. And new bet builder player markets like shots, shots on target, tackles and passes. We've done the homework for you and added brand new player stats to bet builder markets. Qatar 22 betting at Boyle Sports. It's time to switch. 18 plus, bet responsibly. Gamblingcare.ie.
Feel good this Black Friday. Get double discounts with Bring Back Friday from Vodafone with up to €200 off all smartphones when you switch. Plus, help your pocket and the planet with an average of another €130 back when you trade in your used smartphone. See Vodafone.ie or pop in store. Vodafone. Together we can.
New customers only. Subject to availability, eligibility and annual price increase of CPI plus 3%. Average €130 trade-in value based on August to October 2022. See Vodafone.ie/terms.
It's not just electric, it's a Mercedes. Mercedes EQ at MSL Park Motors, where luxury is reimagined for a sustainable world. where iconic design satisfies your desire for better, where reducing emissions is exciting. Mercedes EQ is the all-electric range that gives back in style, innovation with no compromise on luxury. This is for you. Discover the all-electric Mercedes EQ range at MSL Park Motors.
Your next move matters, so why not move better? Start your move to permanent TSB today. Apply in-app for our award-winning current account. So don't just move bank, move better. Apply in-app today. Applications for Explore Current Account in-app in sole name for over 18 personal customers. Residents of Republic of Ireland only. Fees and charges, terms and conditions apply. Awarded Bunkers.ie Best Current Account 2022. Permanent TSB PLC is regulated by the Central Bank of Ireland.
Children are targeted with 3 junk food ads every 10 minutes online.
I find it kind of scary that people have your information and she likes this, so give her these ads. Popcorn chicken.
Crisps and chocolate.
And it's working.
Sales are up. Childhood risk of heart disease is up.
It's working.
Tell the government to make it stop. Sign the petition at irishheart.ie.
It's like people stalking you.
Innova Insurance is now Gallagher. Gallagher is Ireland's new name in insurance and financial planning. We are proud to become part of a global brand with an Irish family heritage. If your car, van or house insurance is due for renewal, call Gallagher for a quote today on 0818 222 400. Arthur J. Gallagher, Insurance Brokers Ireland Limited, trading as Gallagher and Polsky Quote, is regulated by the Central Bank of Ireland.
There's something we all deserve this year, a magical Christmas full of cheer. So sit back, relax, tear up that list, and treat yourself to a Weir & Sons visit. Watches, earrings, engagement rings and more. Gifts for everyone you love, all from one store. And with 150 years of making Christmas incredible, we've got gifts for all, no matter how hard to get for. Yes, you Dad. Visit Weir & Sons at Grafton Street, Dundrum, and online at weir.ie.
Just when you thought all Black Fridays are the same, nothing too exciting. Easy Living Interiors has a massive sale and the offers are so inviting. Great deals, incredible steals in living, dining and more. Sofas, chairs, beds, homewares, all kinds of festive decor. Christmas trees, baubles, wreaths, your home will look amazing. Our Black Friday sale, online and in-store, you won't believe how much you're saving. Easy Living Interiors, Cork, Dublin, Navan, Naas, Wexford, Waterford, Carlow and Drogheda. Black Friday sale now on.
Football on Off the Ball.
With Sky. Watch big games from the Women's Super League live on Sky Sports.
This is News Talk.
Norway lead against the Republic of Ireland heading into the second half by 1-0. Let's head back now to Stuey Byrne and Nathan Murphy at the Aviva Stadium.
Yeah, thanks Will. The noise levels have been high in the tannoy at half time, more than making up for the silence around the stadium for large periods of that forgettable first half that sees Norway lead the Republic of Ireland by 1-0. The goal coming just before half time from their centre back Leo Østigård, a powerful header from him. The teams have just made their way back out onto the pitch here at Lansdowne Road, which looks in decent shape despite the couple of rugby matches that have taken place here over the past fortnight. You can sort of see some of the rugby markings, but I don't think that will be an excuse from Stephen Kenny on full time if it stays like this. No changes at the break for the Republic of Ireland, who in their green jerseys, white shorts and green socks. Of course, one of the last times to be wearing this Umbro kit after the breakdown of that deal. And Ireland attacking from left to right, so into that large, most vocal band of Irish supporters down to our right hand side. The Irish team is Gavin Bazunu in goal, back three of Nathan Collins, the captain John Egan and Dara O'Shea. It was Egan who lost Østigård for that corner kick. Matt Doherty's been very quiet out on the right hand side. Callum O'Dowd has seen a lot of the ball without much end product on the left hand side. Josh Cullen and Jason Malumbi in the middle of midfield, and then Alan Brown and Callum Robinson in behind Michael Obafemi, who's really struggled to make an impact on this game as well. Struggle probably sums it up from an Irish point of view. They've had a huge amount of possession in that first half, but it's been a very flat game overall. I know there we heard David say maybe Norway were in front. You were shaking your head, Stewie. Like, it felt like 0-0 was what the scoreline should have been at half time, because neither side have really come and offered a huge amount in an attacking sense.
Yeah, I think when you look at the, I think, did you throw a possession stat, something in the region of 60-62%? I'm not one for stats, but I certainly felt that Ireland had plenty of the ball in the game, without being very potent. Neither were Norway, and it really was a game whereby set pieces was really going to tell the difference. And we had our set pieces opportunities. We were poor, to be quite honest with you, and Norway's made their count.
Yeah, it was Martin Odegaard who took the corner kick. He's looked dangerous from set pieces without doing a huge amount in open play. He's been very tidy, but Norway have got a real good shape and system about them, and it's going to be very difficult for Ireland to find a way through them in this second half. Big crowd have come out to watch this as well at Lansdowne Road. They said about 47,000 tickets sold. I'd say it's somewhere in and around the region of 40,000. It's a clear night, but a very, very cold night in Dublin. The ball back down to our left at the feet of the Norwegian keeper, or down to our right, Ørjan Nyland. Norway in their white jerseys, navy blue shorts and white socks. And a reminder, there is no Erling Haaland in this Norwegian side this evening. It is coming at a strange time with the World Cup starting, and the players after these couple of games heading into a month-long break. They won't have the full month off, but I think most of them are going to be heading away on holidays for a few days at least. Like, we do look at it and go, it's international football. They tell us it means absolutely everything to them, but is that an excuse for how flat it's been from both sides, really?
No, but it is a very unusual situation to be in, end of November, and to know that you don't have a game of football, really, a competitive game of football for the next 4 weeks or so. But no excuses. They are professional footballers. Where are they all heading to, Nathan? Where do you go in the end of November on holidays?
Dubai is what I've just been hearing.
I've been to Dubai.
Former
I've been to
Irish
Dubai.
international.
Awful. Don't go.
They're probably staying in a nicer spot than you are, though, so maybe it's slightly different. All right, free kick to Ireland now. There's Jason Malumbi, 25 yards out, just spinning away from the challenge of Patrick Berg and forcing the Norwegian midfielder into the foul. And it gives Ireland an opportunity from a set piece to maybe try and get themselves level in this game. It is going by the lines on the pitch, I'm going to say, about 27 yards out, just to the right of centre, in line with the right-hand post. And it is Callum Robinson who is standing over this free kick. Callum O'Dowd is there as well. And John Egan just has a quiet word with Callum Robinson. And there's no question, I think, that he's going to be taking a pop at goal at this.
I just feel he needs to make the goalkeeper work here, Nathan. He was fairly quick to grab the ball. No one really seems to be questioning him. He's doing his little pre-free kick step. He just needs to hit the target. It's a tall wall as well. I imagine they're going to jump.
A year since his last international goal. Callum Robinson, it hits the wall, it takes a deflection, it spins to the left and out of play for a corner kick. He gets smashed off the head of one of the Norwegians in that wall, who's dropped straight away to the ground. It's Solbakken.
Do you know what he's done, Nathan? He's actually been quite. He stood still, but he's turned his head to the left. And obviously,
he got a right whack on it. Now he's up again. He was standing furthest right of the four-man wall, and you say he didn't jump or anything. He just turned his head and it whacked off it. Corner kick taken just over the head of Robinson, collected by Cullen on the edge of the area. Has to go back to Doherty, who flies it through the air out to the left-hand side, and it's spinning around on the head of Callum O'Dowd. A little step over from him, brings it towards the end line, but the Norwegian fullback Pedersen turns it out of play, off balance, for a throw in down by the corner flag.
Little Ronaldinho number there, wasn't it, from O'Dowd? Just didn't come off.
Didn't quite work out for him, but sure, people who paid their money, you might as well entertain them. Oh, lovely pass through to Robinson on the left hand side, sends it across over the head of Brown, there for Egan, and somehow it comes off his shin and goes an inch to the left and wide. Lovely bit of play from the throw-in from O'Dowd, who just chipped it over the top of two Norwegian players onto Callum Robinson. He played the cross in over Alan Brown, and then coming in apace was John Egan, who's in a rich vein of goal-scoring form for his country, but he just couldn't react quickly enough, and it bounced off his right leg and just agonising for Ireland to the left and wide. But a good start to the second half from Ireland. They still trail by 1-0, and I think it's Ostergaard who's just dropped down again and is going to need a little bit of treatment.
He just didn't sort his feet out, Egan, didn't he? Not really. Yeah, like I say, it's a little interchange from O'Dowd, little dink pass over the two Norwegians, and then once Callum Robinson gets into a good situation, he's put on a very good ball, I have to say, and he just needs to guide Egan. I don't know whether he had committed himself that maybe I need to go and head this, but couldn't get his feet right. It's a good opportunity for Ireland, probably our best chance of the game, I would have to say. Is it Ostergaard that's down?
Yeah, it looks like it. Just trying to see down to our right hand side. Quite a few of the Norwegian players have gathered around him.
It's Ostergaard, Nathan.
Yeah, it is.
Goal scorer.
Now, it looks as though it's. And I check. He was.
Have a look at it again.
Let's see. Oh, we're looking at his goal here. It was a brilliant header.
The delivery, Nathan. Just have a look at the delivery. It's like
every centre half will be licking their lips at a delivery like that when they come forward.
Just hit a good area, head down, just put it in a good area, good delivery.
He's picked themselves up and looks as though he's going to be all right to continue. That was his first international goal. Leo Ostergaard, just 22 years of age, very highly rated centre back who's playing his club football with Napoli. Riding high at the top of Serie A. So he's okay to continue. Goal kick is headed straight back down pitch again, and Robinson has it over on the left. Better energy and better pace to Ireland. Start the second half. Comes to Obafemi inside the area. Little step over, rolled across, and it's almost turned into the back of his own net by Martin Thorsby. It may well have hit that left-hand post, and finally, with 53 minutes gone, we get some noise around this stadium. Really good play again from Robinson down the left-hand side. Obafemi with a little step over, just try to roll it through it. No real pace on it, and Thorsby very close to an own goal. But another corner kick for Ireland over on the left-hand side. Sent in dangerously. Darragh O'Shea almost gets there, just past his head, but turned behind for yet another corner kick.
No, the difference now, the delivery from O'Dowda from the corner kick. Really good delivery. Looked like O'Shea was going to really get ahead on that. Not sure what happened, but like I say, Nathan, a good bit of energy now. Corner number 2 from O'Dowda.
Here it comes again. Out swinger. Egan goes up, doesn't get there. Ostergaard wins it first. Malumbi heads it back in. 3 Irish players there. Oh, brilliant point blank save from the keeper. Flag stayed down as well. Smashing save from Nyland. Obafemi on this right hand side goes cross field to O'Dowda. He heads it in to Robinson. Robinson inside the area, going outwards though, down by the end line, pulls it back. Volley clear by Ostergaard. Sustained pressure from Ireland now. 53 minutes gone. They trail by a 1-0. Brown goes up, flicks it on, but it's straight into the arms of Orion Nyland. A lot going on in that passage of play from an Irish point of view. 3 big chances.
Well, certainly got the crowd going. This is the real big chance. Looks like Jason Malumbi came in, won the header, and then it comes down to Egan. Norway just completely stopped. There's 3 players lining up for this one. Just one. Was Alan Brown, was it?
Alan Brown. Now there wasn't much
really well,
he could do because the keeper smothered him and was in a flash.
And he stood tall, Nathan. He's taken that one in the face. There's no problem to him. Just wondered had Brown had the wherewithal just maybe to offload it to the side. He could have scored, but good energy from Ireland. It's a very good start to the second half. 10 minutes in.
A very positive start to this second half. Ireland laying siege on this Norwegian goal, but not able to find a way past Orion Nyland so far. We need to create more like that. Finally getting these attacking players involved in the game a little bit more. A little bit of space though for Thorsby, and now Odegaard has it, brings it over the halfway line, driving Norway forward. The game is opened up. Lovely little slide rule ball in behind. It's pulled back, but it's straight to the foot of Darragh O'Shea, and he can clear it down the left hand side to Callum Robinson. Still well inside his own half, plays it into a more central position. O'Shea has it again and rolls it to Malumbi, helps it on then to Doherty, just in front of Solbakken in the Norwegian technical area. Slows it down again, Doherty, and plays it into Cullen. Looks a little bit unsure of himself, Matt Doherty. He hasn't had a huge amount of game time this season for Tottenham.
I don't know whether he looks maybe a little bit frustrated that he spent most of that first half standing out on the right hand side, but I don't think he helps himself sometimes, Matt Doherty. I have to say it's a little bit too easy for the fullback, the Norwegian fullback, if he's just standing beside him.
And Pedersen, the Norwegian fullback, in the other side, gets it away from O'Dowda. Heavy ball into Odegaard, taken away from Odegaard by Malumbi. Much better from Malumbi at the start of the second half. Now Obafemi runs into Thorsby on the edge of the Norwegian area, and it's the team in white who emerge with the ball. Little pass through then to Thorsby, and now there's space down this left hand side for Elianusi. Can he keep it in play? He can. Nathan Collins steps out towards him. Elianusi, couple of step overs into the area. Collins sticks out his left boot, blocks down the initial cross, comes out again. It's knocked back to Bjorkan, and Bjorkan to Thorsby, and out to Elianusi on this near side, the Norwegian left, as they attack down to our left hand side.
We were in real trouble there at that bottom. Thorsby had been better. Elianusi had broken down this left hand side. Matt Doherty found himself way out of the game. It was a poor ball from Thorsby, allowed Nathan Collins to get back on the recover, and that's the one player you did want on the recover, a little bit of pace. He's able to snuff it out.
Østegård, the goal scorer. 56 minutes gone. Republic of Ireland 0, Norway 1. Østegård's header is what separates the sides. Played against Liverpool in the Champions League earlier this season. Now it goes to the Norwegian right on the attack again. Pull back to Ødegaard, left foot, 20 yards out. Still Martin Ødegaard chips a little ball over the top. Well headed clear though by O'Shea. There again for Norway down the right hand side. Again, the attempt to pull back is blocked down by an Irish player, and again Darragh O'Shea gets a powerful header behind it and puts it out of play for a throw-in over on the far side of the pitch. Definitely feels a bit more like a game.
You can just
in
sense
the second half.
Nathan, there's going to be goals in this game if it keeps going the way it is at the moment, because it's loose from both sides.
And here comes Norway. It might be for them. Bazunu makes the point blank save. It was a good stop from Gavin Bazunu. Ola Solbakken with good link-up play inside the penalty area. Quick 1-2, left-footed shot, trying to whip it past Gavin Bazunu, but he dived to his right-hand side and got good hands behind it as well.
You just feel that both sides have thrown caution to the wind. That's what we spoke about at half-time. They weren't just have a go, and I think they have, but ultimately Norway maybe a little bit looser than what they would have been in that first half. It's allowed the game to open up. A scrappy throw from Norway gives the goal kick to Ireland, but let's hope this leads to goals for Ireland, of course.
It was Solbakken and Thorsby this time who had the exchange of passes. Solbakken looking for a first international goal, the Bodo Glimt man in his third appearance. A good save from Gavin Bazunu. Ireland again going short from all their kickouts. Matt Doherty to Cullen, and while they do work it out from the danger zone, it's over Malumbi's head and it's back with Østegård again.
Just feel it's on that situation there, Ireland have played out in the back and they played themselves in a tight situation, and Cullen is left really with no other option than just to clip it on into the corner. You need to have somebody that's reading that and that's going to run into the corner for you, get you out of trouble.
Here's Doherty just on the right hand angle of the area, sends the cross in over the head of Robinson, there for Callum O'Dowda, right footed shot, Robinson blocks it inadvertently. I think he was offside. Flag stays down. Norway are able to clear. I don't think O'Dowda had enough power in the shot to test the keeper anyways, but Callum O'Dowda was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Elianusi, it's end to end all of a sudden with nothing happened at all pretty much aside from the goal in the first half. This is at least a much better watch.
I'm hearing that both managers got the word from off the ball that it was a bit flat and they've responded to our need, Nathan.
Stewie wasn't happy. He played the I'm angry Tony. Well, keeper almost gave it to Josh Cullen, but it was his opposite, number 6 Patrick Berg, got there first, and Østegård steps out of defence to Elianusi, who's inside the centre circle, floats a little ball and gives O'Dowda a chance, but he didn't get there, and away comes Pedersen, and now they've got an overlap on Norway into the area there for Solbakken. Bazunu's out quickly in a flash and dives down low to take the ball off the toes of Ole Solbakken.
Made that look easy, didn't he? Bazunu, absolutely quality goalkeeping. We were in right trouble there. Colin O'Dowda made a commitment to cut out the crossfield pass and looked like he just took his foot off the pedal and got him behind him.
Free kick there as Michael Obafemi dropped deep and was sandwiched by 2 Norwegian players. An hour gone at the Aviva Stadium. Republic of Ireland 0, Norway 1. The goal came before half-time, a header from Leo Østegård, but Ireland have had several chances at the start of this second half. John Egan, Alan Brown, the best of them, and now attacking down the left with O'Dowda. Decent ball in towards Robinson, headed back, might fall for Obafemi, definitely going to fall for Doherty. Little solo on the edge of the area, back behind Malumbi. Nathan Collins takes it, round 1, round 2, still Collins. Robinson's shot is blocked down. Well, Nathan Collins looked for a repeat of the goal against Ukraine there for a split second. And out with O'Dowda. Good deliveries from O'Dowda in this second half. Takes a deflection into Malumbi. Flies into it, Jason Malumbi. Couldn't get control of the ball. Robinson scrapping away. Robinson takes it away from the end line. Pulls it back behind Obafemi and he takes it away from Malumbi. Oh, just won't happen for Ireland at the moment. Doherty on this near side. Can they get that little final bit of quality inside the Norwegian penalty area? Cullen across to O'Dowda with the header and it's saved down low at the near post by Nyland. The angle was tight. There wasn't much that O'Dowda could do in that position, aside from maybe try and go across the goal.
He's got to go across the goal, Nathan. I think he's got to do more there. He just looks like he's a little bit... He was a little bit unsure about what he needs to do, but when it comes across field like that, you've got to head it back across goal, at least make the goalkeeper save it. That's a good spell from Ireland. Like, it's really loose. I mean, Norway look like they're in real trouble. Plenty of movement from Ireland. It's all last-ditch stuff, but he doesn't, having a look at the opportunity again from O'Dowda, he just doesn't catch it right. Callum and Robinson's right little jack in the box at the moment, isn't he? He's making a nuisance of himself, and he's kind of making things happen from little half chances. He's putting Norwegian defenders under pressure in his own box, and he's picking up little 50-50s, and there just wasn't any real stage in those 2 or 3 attacks where an Ireland player had a really good chance to kind of hit the target or had time to compose themselves. It's all very last ditch stuff.
As we look at some of the replays from the many chances at the start of this second half, because we've had a break in play due to an injury to Marcus Pedersen, the Norwegian full-back. It looks as though he might be alright to continue. The physios have been on again. Callum O'Dowda, he felt like maybe he might get that first international goal, but he had to go across the goal, try to catch the keeper out at the near post. Wasn't really on, but Ireland has been far better in this second half.
I think it's just been a shift in mentality, hasn't it, Nathan? Really, they've just been a little bit more aggressive, being more, being more attack-minded. They're taking a little bit more risks, and probably coupled with the fact that maybe Norway are taking their foot off the gas a little bit. That sort of structure, that setup they had in the first half, which they effectively just planted a brick wall in front of us. They've loosened up a little bit. We've taken advantage of it. Still need to score, but.
Norway have made the first change of the game. Olis Solbakken has gone off, and he's been replaced by Christopher Zakariasen. Plays his club football at Ferencváros, winning just his second cap for Norway, and they're going to make a couple more changes in a moment as well. Birger Meling and Julian Ryerson about to come on. Doesn't look like there's any Irish players warming up at the moment.
A lot of momentum in the Ireland play at the moment, isn't there, Nathan? Probably doesn't want to change just yet.
Collins has had a good second half, goes cross field there towards O'Dowda. His head keeps it in play but gives the ball back to Norway. Both these sides are just operating at a completely different pace than they were in the first half, where it was so pedestrian and, let's be honest, pretty dull, but a lot better. It goes without saying, it's 101 in football. You need to play with a bit of pace and tempo if you're to create some opportunities. Ireland didn't do that in the first half. What's it coming from in the second half?
I just think there's an attitude change, especially from Ireland. Certainly been a little bit more attack minded. We're probably a little bit looser than we would have been in the first half, but so have Norway. They just were set. I felt they were set up really well in that first half. Norway, I have to say, they pretty much focused on trying to stop us playing, frustrating us. They realised that we don't have those players at the moment that can really hurt us, like an Odegaard.
Handball there for Matt Doherty. Gavin Bazzuna's distribution at times hasn't been brilliant.
Being replaced by number 14, Julian Ryerson.
And as that time, it was actually a lovely pass out from his own penalty area by Gavin Bazzuna, but Matt Doherty, in attempting to control it, handled the ball. And Norway are going to make a couple of changes.
Being replaced by number 5, Birger Meling.
So Ryerson comes on, and Meling comes on as well. And the other player going off is the other fullback, Frederick Bjorkan. So the two fullbacks off for Norway. 3 changes made for them. And these substitutes probably come at a bad time for Ireland, in that they had plenty of momentum.
Sent out the subs now to warm up. I'm kind of wondering why at this stage of the game maybe Stephen isn't looking to make a few changes. They've all headed out now, the whole lot of them, so you imagine next couple of minutes we might see 1 or 2 coming on.
So Ryerson from Union Berlin comes on. Meling playing his club football with Rennes in France. Odegaard sends the ball in from deep, from left to right, but over everybody's head, and it'll be a throw into Ireland deep inside their own half. over by the corner flag on the far side of the pitch. Republic of Ireland 0, Norway 1. You're listening to Off the Ball on this Thursday night. Nathan Murphy and Stuey Byrne with you. At Off the Ball if you want to get in touch on social media. If you have any comments on tonight's game, we'll be back on air from 7:30 tomorrow morning with plenty of reaction. You can keep an eye on our social channels as well. Here is Michael Obafemi. Can he make it 3 home games in a row that he scored in? Hasn't really had a shot in anger at all in this one. Nice crossfield ball to Doherty. He goes back to Collins just inside his own half. Collins then plays it behind John Egan. Stephen Kenny, Keith Andrews on the edge of their technical area, just encouraging the players to try and keep the tempo high. And here's O'Shea. And with those changes and that break in play, Norway, it does feel have stalled the Irish momentum a little bit. Can they regain it? Heading for the midway point of this second half. Here is Egan.
This is the way it was in the first half, Nathan. You know, Norway make a couple of changes and all of a sudden they're back to that structured play, that trying to make us play around them. Game has just suddenly hit a lull. Momentum's gone out of it again.
Now Josh Cullen just inside the Norwegian half. Matt Doherty in acres of space down this near side. Lovely raking ball to Doherty towards the end line, sends it in deep. Robinson goes up, headed clear to the edge of the area. Obafemi tries to bring it down, squeezed out of it by 2 Norwegian players, but Obafemi somehow emerges with the ball, and now it's with Malumbi to Doherty on this near side. Right footed ball, bad delivery though, and easily headed clear by Thorsby to this near side again, the Irish right. Driving forward is Cullen. Norway with 10 players back behind the ball within 25 yards of their own goal. That's where Ireland just need that playmaker who can pick out the right pass at the right time. Everything's coming from the wings, everything is across. Here's Doherty back again, and inside the centre circle and wearing the captain's armband is John Egan. On it goes to O'Dowda, going to take on the full back. Callum O'Dowda sends the ball in. Egan continued his run, doesn't get there though. Out as far as Alan Brown, who drove it in. Oh, Alan Brown! A beautiful goal on the half volley. Over 25 yards out, smashes it low into the bottom left-hand corner. Republic of Ireland get an equaliser, a deserved equaliser in this second half. 5th international goal for Cork's Alan Brown, and that is the pick of the bunch for him. Republic of Ireland 1, Norway 1.
I'll tell you what, Nathan, you said it in the first half, he seems to be a favourite of Stephen Kenny. This is why. How many times did this guy come up with goals when we really needed it? Wonderful bit of pace from Callum O'Dowda on that left hand side, puts in a good delivery, and when Norway cleared it, comes out to Alan Brown, really good touch, 25 yards out, but look at that for the strike, really low, makes the keeper work, no chance, comes through a few bodies, but it's a hell of a strike. Oh, it's a wonderful goal.
Well, Ireland are making a very nice habit of scoring wonderful goals at this stadium. We've seen Michael Obafemi pop up with a couple of crackers, and Alan Brown with one just as good there. He needed to hold his nerve and not just try and bury it. Drilled it low, and here they come again with Robinson, who can't take it on his instep from the deep ball this time from Alan Brown, and it's back with the goalkeeper, and suddenly all the momentum is with this Ireland team with 20 minutes to go. Republic of Ireland 1, Norway 1. It is a brilliant record that Alan Brown has, 26th cap, and tonight that is his 5th international goal.
That's a good habit to be in, Nathan, especially when you've got players that can score you goals from distance like that. Obafemi, we've seen him do. Alan Brown has just done it tonight. We needed it tonight because Norway have defended so well. It just looked like we weren't going to get that opportunity, you know, that sort of chance from 6-10 yards out. And luckily enough, Alan Brown stuck up. It was a wonderful touch when it came out, but it was a hell of a strike as well.
Well, here come Norway. Ireland just need to hold their composure now. Elianusi takes a deflection and then powerfully headed clear by O'Shea. He's had a good game, Dara O'Shea. Out it goes to the far side, and Ryerson. And here's Ryerson again, back to goal. Looks to pull it back as the shot comes in from Berg. Well blocked by the Irish defence, and it'll go up towards the halfway line, and eventually it'll be a throw in to Norway inside the final 20 minutes. That was a great finish from Alan Brown. There was nothing the keeper could do. It was right down low on the far left hand post, and it was good pace on it. It zipped off the surface and into the back of the net. can Ireland go on now and win this game?
Probably just didn't want to make it substitution, Nathan, because the worst thing about substitutions is they can really tend to kind of flatten the whole momentum.
Well, he has got a lot of criticism for his substitutions and his in-game management and the inability of players to impact matches. A lot of them warming up, including McLean, Hendrick, Brady. Some experienced names there. Odegaard weaving his way through a couple of challenges, drills it off the back of Malumbi, and here's Cullen, who's been a driving force for Ireland in the second half. Robinson has it. Obafemi wanted it quickly. Robinson twisting, turning, spinning, but going nowhere, but holding on to possession. And then Cullen takes it away from him. Midway inside the Norwegian half. Central position at the feet now of Malumbi. The Waterford man plays it to the Dubliner Doherty. And Doherty goes back in then to Malumbi. Here's Josh Cullen. Ball over the top for Matt Doherty, who continued his run, but easily dealt with by Ostergaard. And then El Yunusi squeezes away, and there's acres of space. Where's Darragh O'Shea gone? Over on the far side of the pitch. Norway had men over, but they've maybe delayed a little bit too long. El Yunusi has it, sends it across, and then it's taken away by, was it Callum O'Dowda who managed to get back? But suddenly, out of nowhere, from an Irish attack, which wasn't even a counter-attack, they found themselves outnumbered at the back, but they got back quickly, and well, it wasn't the most convincing of counter-attacks from Norway.
We found it was 2v2, Nathan. You know, we were in real trouble, and it almost goes back to the previous game where we just moments of madness. Don't need to do it. You know, we've done really well to get ourselves back into the game. 1-1, playing against a good side. Just make sure you don't do something stupid as that. And if the ball had been better, we could have been in real trouble.
Whose fault was it?
I think Egan needs to be a little bit more, you know, needs to be verbally a little bit louder there, because he's the skipper. He's the one that can see everyone ahead of him. He needs to look and say, hang on, I'm in trouble here. I need an extra player. Pull Darragh and Nathan Collins back in with him.
Ryerson's cross, dangerous one. El Yunusi's header, he was going backwards, and he heads it left and wide. Good response from Norway over the last couple of minutes, and now they have a problem with Jorgen Strand Larsen has gone down. Another change for Norway.
Being replaced by number 7, Ola Brynjolfsson.
So a couple of more changes for Norway. On are coming Brynjolfsson and Obi Joanfo. We'll see who's coming off. They're just rethinking.
Jorgen Larsen being replaced by number 9, Obi Joanfo.
So, two changes there. Thorsby coming off and Larson coming off.
Ireland making two changes as well, Nathan. To Robbie Brady and Benning.
So plenty of changes. Obi Joanfo making his second appearance, an attacking player.
Republic of Ireland's number 17, Callum O'Dowda, being replaced by number 10, Robbie Brady.
Good cheer for both Robbie Brady and Callum O'Dowda. He's had a good game, Callum O'Dowda, tonight.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's dealt with it, you know, that position quite well. He's had his defensive stuff to do in the first half, and he's got himself forward, but certainly showed a lot of energy in that second half, and he played his role in the goal.
Number 20, Chidozie Ogbene.
Frustrating enough night for Michael Obafemi as he's replaced by Chidozie Ogbene. Definitely got far more into it in the second half, but just struggles at times to really make an impact on games. Still a very young player, of course, as well, and we know he's got magic in those feet when he needs it. So Chidozie Ogbene comes on as well alongside Robbie Brady. Ogbene on for his 12th appearance, and Robbie Brady, who has been very honest about his struggles over the last couple of years, the 30-year-old, on for 60th cap. Flick on there. Oh, it comes to Callum Robinson. He's in behind. He's drifting out wide though. Needs an option in there. Ogbene waits for it. Drills it across low, and it's saved easily at the near post. I think he could have waited and maybe try to get that towards Ogbene.
I think he's done everything right. Even the check back has caught the defender off guard, but he's just ended up passing it back to the goalkeeper. I mean, Malumbi had made a wonderful run. He was surging from midfield. If he had just gotten his head up, put it into his path. Ireland are certainly finding themselves. They're getting, all of a sudden Norway look like they're cracking at the back.
It's a complete transformation, this second half performance from Ireland. Everything you would want from them. Taking a few more risks, not having quite as much possession. And it is that balance of risk that they need to get. Now Robinson, who this time last year was very much flavour of the month, but hasn't scored over the last year, and has dropped out of the side in recent times, but he's had a good game tonight. And Ostergaard The Norwegian goal scorer goes back to their keeper. He drills it long, 70-80 yards forward, but like a magnet onto the head of Darragh O'Shea. Alan Brown, the Irish goal scorer, puts a little bit of pressure on. And back it goes to the keeper again. 6 years since Ireland last won 3 home games in a row. Good, strong header. And ball with Martin Odegaard, who's done okay. He has looked like he has that bit of class, but probably hasn't impacted the game in the areas he would have wanted to. Here he is.
Quite impressed by Odegaard in the fact that he's very mobile. He gets around. He's quite discreet in how he gets around the pitch, but he's quicker than you think. He has that sort of it's hard to describe it. There's a kind of a casual pace about him, you know what I mean? He kind of gets around, Nathan, and that's really what stood out for me for a player who stands out as being such a quality player. He's quite vocal as well. He's always organising.
Brown goes in again, trying to win the ball back. Maney. There's a free kick there for a foul on Zachariasen. It'll give Norway an opportunity to regroup, and it's about 40 yards from the Irish goal down this left-hand side, but it does look as though the centre-backs are going to go forward. It's a little tug of the jersey by Jason Malumbi. Again, somewhat needless. He just can't help himself at times, and you do wonder, is it going to hamper his international career? Stephen Kenny is clearly a fan and has given him a lot of opportunities, but he needs to be able to trust him on big occasions.
Yeah, I think it's something that comes with age and responsibility, and he just needs to get it, find out what the balance is for him. I mean, you don't want to take that energy out of his game, don't you, not with that physical side, but certainly at this level some of the things are bordering on silly, to be quite honest with you.
Norway won 7 of their last 8 friendlies. They had a 9-0 win against Armenia in a friendly earlier this year. Of course, they did have a certain centre forward that day. I think they could have just brought him out at half time, even just to, give the kids something.
He who shall not be named. I think we need to say that from now on. He's not here. He didn't bother coming.
It's like going to see the Rolling Stones and Mick Jagger not turning up.
This celebrity nonsense. Yeah, it is. Or Bono not turning up for U2. Bono's great, isn't he?
Here's Matt Doherty. Again, after a flourish for 5 or 6 minutes that did result in an Irish goal. It slowed down a little bit. 11 minutes to go. Ireland 1, Norway 1. Doherty scrapping away over on the far side of the pitch, but he doesn't get the free kick. Robbie Brady gets himself involved there as well, and does well, Brady, to earn Ireland the throw-in midway inside their own half. Jeff Hendrick over warming up as well. And such is the pressure and the scrutiny that Stephen Kenny is over. These are important minutes. It's a different conversation if Ireland win this game or lose it, regardless of the performance, and he wants some momentum with France coming to town. Who knows what France will do over the next month, but we know it will be a star-studded French side, an incredibly difficult start to that qualification campaign. It'll be followed in June then by a trip to Greece. Norway have got a difficult group for qualification as well. They're in with Spain and Scotland in that group also. Now Leo Østegård spent quite a bit of time in English football before going to Napoli. Was with Brighton and spent time on loan at Stoke and Coventry. His career is very much on an upward trajectory. Good tackle again from Brown. Wins it back for Ireland. Driving forward from the halfway line is Robinson. Looks to release Ogbene. He's got the pace, Ogbene, over on the left-hand side of the area. Pulls it back towards Robinson. Oh, perfectly timed and had to be made. Tackle there, but they've given it away again. And then Obafemi tries to go in and win the ball back, but as Strandberg clears, it comes off Obafemi and spins behind for a goal kick for Norway.
That's good composed from Østegård, wasn't it? The goal scorer for Norway. Stood up really well there. Ogbene breaking down on that left-hand side. But Ostergaard, a little bit of quality defending, stood his ground, read the pass, snuffed out the danger.
Yeah, just as Robinson was ready to pounce, Ostergaard took it away from him. So a third change for Ireland. Jason Malumbi's day is done, and Jeff Hendrick comes off the bench. Jeff Hendrick, a 76th cap for the 30-year-old, and a player who splits opinion for the Republic of Ireland. But it shows the way Stephen Kenny's approaching this last 10 minutes. He isn't throwing on Will Smallbone for his debut, just to give him some game time.
Yeah, I think he's wondering, where do I change it? Do I not change it too much? We mentioned it before, Nathan. We've made substitutions in previous games and just haven't had an effect in the game. There's good momentum in the game at the moment. You can see Ireland are still on that hunt for that second goal. We look quite assured at the back now. Norway aren't causing us too much trouble at the moment, so don't change it just for the sake of it.
Bene and Ryerson are fighting for the ball over on the far side. Eventually, Bene doesn't let Ryerson up off the ground, as Will Smallbone appears on the big screen.
No pressure.
Looks like he'll have to wait until the weekend, sat beside 18-year-old Evan Ferguson. I'm sure Stephen Kenny would like to get a couple of early goals against Malta so he could give some of those players a bit of game time. Now here's Patrick Berg, middle of the pitch. Ostergaard steps forward for Norway as they look to try and grab a second goal. Ireland 1, Norway 1. 7.5 minutes of the 90 remaining. Nobody leaving early so far. There have been plenty of late goals during the Stephen Kenny era. And Odegaard, a couple of little step overs from the Norwegian captain. And Ryerson gives it back to Odegaard again over on the far side of the pitch. Not really going anywhere at the moment, Norway. And Odegaard has to go back to Strandberg on the halfway line. On to Berg, and he then goes back to Ostergaard. Pressure applied by Robinson. And Ireland, much like Norway in the first half, picking their moments to press, letting them have the ball in certain areas of the pitch. One of the things that has certainly improved under Stephen Kenny is Ireland's ability to win the ball high up the pitch, and it's when they look their most dangerous is when they have those turnovers inside the opposition half. A lot of their chances tonight coming from those sort of situations. Now Robinson wins it back, gets there ahead of Zachariasen, and Ireland come away with the ball, but there was a loose foot left in there on Zachariasen, and it's going to be a free kick to Norway. Central position, but it's about 45 yards away from the Irish goal.
Just Alan Brown maybe a little bit loose, arriving late, left the foot in. Have you heard Damien Dempsey's new song, Nathan?
No, but I hear it's all good.
I've heard it. It's absolutely quality. It's out November the 25th. Falcha Awalia it's called. I'm going to plug it because it's brilliant. Christmas song.
Christmas song from Damo.
It's an absolute cracker.
Are you getting paid for this?
No.
Free kick sent in deep from Odegaard. Now it's bouncing around, and Norway have scored again. Ireland didn't deal with the free kick, and it's the substitute who scored. Omowai Wanfo, close range finish.
Goal for Norway, number 9.
There seemed to be all sorts of confusion as that ball came in from Odegaard from deep. Wasn't dealt with initially. Ireland didn't win the header, and it bounced down for the substitute. And Omowai Wanfo, he side-footed past Gavin Bazunu, and Ireland, who'd done so well to come back into this game, find themselves behind again.
Oh, it's so sloppy, isn't it? The direct ball from Odegaard. Looks like Nathan Collins doesn't really deal with it. He looks like he's really struggling. They probably got caught up man marking, but the big man just come out from Norway. He doesn't get to clear it, and look, it's one of them where it's kind of headed against the knee. It falls. It just fell really well.
Yeah, there's a little nudge on the back. Nothing that would be a free kick from Omowai Wanfo. And I think it just means that Nathan Collins' headed clearance deflects back off the substitute and into his path, and it was a good, calm finish. Republic of Ireland 1, Norway 2.
Ireland probably need to ask questions of themselves. Why isn't somebody just going and heading that when it's played in? Because it's a straight ball from Odegaard. It's travelled all of 40 yards.
Tonight's attendance is
41,120. Well, 2 set pieces have undone Ireland, and that will be massively frustrating. They played really well in this second half. have had more of the opportunities, and maybe they're not done yet. Bennett just hasn't got the pace to get onto that curling ball from deep from Robbie Brady. There's still 4 minutes of normal time remaining, and it is Odegaard and the quality of his delivery. Again, the undoing of this Irish side.
I'm going to hijack it again. I'm going to come back.
I hear this is what everything was going just fine.
No.
You started going on about Damien Dempsey's Christmas.
There's a very
songs.
important side. All downloads, all proceeds.
Don't make me
of
look
this
like
song,
the bad guy now.
All proceeds of the song go to Focus Ireland, Nathan. It's a very good cause. I've heard the song. It's an absolute cracker of a Christmas song. Falchi Awalia it's called. It's out November the 25th. It's available at the pre-save now. I guarantee you, you'll love it.
Okay, I look forward to listening to it when this match is over. Okay, free kick to Ireland. 10 yards inside their own half. Nathan Collins goes across the back three to Darragh O'Shea. He steps forward towards the halfway line. Will Ireland throw on an attacker for the last few minutes? Looks like they are going to make another substitution. Just trying to catch a glimpse of who it is who's going to come on. He's getting some final instructions down below us. Keith Andrews there as well. Looks like it's going to be James McLean who's getting involved for the last 3 minutes of this game. Back it goes to Gavin Bazunu.
The difficulty for Ireland now is that Norway have reset back into that sort of shape that caused us so much trouble in the first half, and we're finding it really difficult to break them down. We probably need to be a little bit more direct and just throw caution to the wind a little bit.
O'Shea out to Brady. Robbie Brady just let it run past him. There was too much pace on it from O'Shea, and it's a needless throw in given. Well, it's Evan Ferguson who's going to come on.
Being replaced by number 24, Evan Ferguson.
I suspect it's a very simple instruction from Stephen Kenny to Evan Ferguson. Go and make yourself a hero. 18 years of age, only turned 18 last month, and Evan Ferguson comes on to make his Republic of Ireland debut. Remember when he played for Bohemians when he was just 14? Son of the former League of Ireland player Barry Ferguson. Was he a former teammate of yours?
I did. I played at Barry at home farm, yeah. Congratulations, Barry, if you're listening, but must be very proud.
Well, if Evan Ferguson can grab himself an equaliser here, he will be the Republic of Ireland's youngest ever goal scorer, surpassing Robbie Keane. He's only going to have about 90 seconds of normal time to do it. And here come Norway looking for a third. And it almost fell into the path of Zachariasen. And Egan took it away from him. Here's Ogbene down the Irish left-hand side. His ball into Brady. But he's just clipped as he played that back. Ogbene, and Ireland will have a free kick. Taken short by Collins across to the man in the middle of the back three, John Egan. Over it goes to Robinson on the left-hand side. Can Ireland create one last chance? It was Robbie Brady, remember, from that penalty kick late against Armenia last time here. Collins looking for somebody, but Norway just want the back three to have the ball, and at the moment it is the Irish back three who are having all of the possession inside the final minute. Evan Ferguson's a big presence up there. Can they even get him a touch of the ball? John Egan goes cross-field, is very loose though towards Doherty, easily intercepted, and now Nathan Collins needs to be strong in the challenge there as Brian Hilson showed good pace and good strength, and it's Norway who have the ball where they want it inside the Irish half. Zachariasen back to the substitute Brian Hilson, and it comes off Matt Doherty, and it's going to be a throw into Norway.
That out ball to Matt Doherty is really a ball we have to work on. I mean, John Egan on that particular occasion, all he's got to do, Nathan, instead of trying to hit the ball directly to Matt Doherty's feet, stick it in behind the fullback, right? Get him running onto it. If it's long, it goes out for a throw-in, and we have Norway squeezed in. But instead, it's a tentative pass. The fullback reads it, and they're breaking on us,
4 minutes of injury time at the end of this game. Republic of Ireland 1, Norway 2. Ireland had got themselves level through Alan Brown, but the substitute Omoy Wanfo looks to have won it for Norway, unless there's to be something right at the end of this game, but at the moment it's not looking likely. It's been a much better second half performance, but Ireland didn't take enough of their chances. Norwegian player has gone down on the edge of his own area just to break up play again. Referee runs across, tells him to get up. And Patrick Berg has got up. So throw in just down below our commentary position. Norwegian left-hand side. Sent up along the line. One in the air by Collins. Helped on by Cullen, but nobody there for Ireland. And it's back at the feet and now into the arms of the Norwegian goalkeeper. Over a minute of the 4 minutes of injury time already done, and now the Irish fans are slowly starting to make their way out of the stadium on this cold Thursday night. Certainly will have been entertained by the second half. The first half I don't think anyone will ever want to watch back. It'll be difficult viewing for the Irish management team, but much better from both sides, and particularly from Ireland in this second period. They were all over them for a good 15-20 minute spell.
Yeah, but Stead's 2-1, Nathan. I think one of the most frustrating things will be the fact that both goals we conceded were from set pieces. And I think we've certainly proved in the past that we're well capable of defending well in that. I mean, look, Callum Robinson's had a go. That's a wonderful ball to him. He's just trying to be a bit too smart there, Callum Robinson. It was, as you say, a wonderful ball, cross field from Collins to Robinson. All he had to do was chest it down, but he tried to sort of flick it on from himself with his shoulder and got too much on it, and it just went out of play. So another change for Norway. Final one of the game. Patrick Berg is coming off, and Stian Gregersen will come on for the final couple of minutes of injury time, but they've managed the game quite well, Norway, and slowed it down at appropriate moments. Took their goals when they came. Didn't have too many opportunities, Norway, but certainly when you look at the first goal, the delivery from Odegaard, well, Odegaard was involved in both goals. Delivery for the first goal was top quality. Second goal was just a straightforward, direct, straight ball really into the box. You'd have to expect that Ireland needed to deal with that better.
And straight away the substitute gets involved and plays a brilliant ball in behind the Irish defence. The defending to do, it's gone out wide. O'Shea is there in between O'Shea and Egan. They managed to get it clear, but not far enough. 3 minutes of the injury time gone. The ball on the feet of Robbie Brady. Back it goes to Collins, plays it back to Brady again. Ireland need to commit some men forward now if they're to get this back in. Brady hasn't had a good time of it since he came on as a substitute. We touched on that. It was a good pace to the game when they came on was the problem. It's been hard to get up to it for some of the substitutes. And Odegaard has it again. Comes off Brady. Hendrick, I don't think has got a touch of the ball either really since he came on the pitch. And it's Norway who are ending this game on the attack. Zachariasen has made a good impact since he emerged. And can Norway add a third? Here's Odegaard just on the edge of the D. 30 seconds of the 4 minutes of injury time. Odegaard almost heads for home and heads back towards his own goal, but instead keeps hold of possession and goes out to Ryerson on the right hand side. Ireland 1, Norway 2. We're in the final seconds of this game. Fortunately, I don't think Evan Ferguson's going to get a touch of the ball before we finish up. He's chasing shadows at the moment, trying to put a bit of pressure on, but Norway looking composed with the ball at the moment. However, they run it out of play. Maybe there's an opportunity for Norway just to fire it long. And if Ireland should really be just sending men deep inside the opposition half. We're past the 4 minutes. There was a slight delay for a Norwegian player staying down. The referee looks at his whistle. Just bomb it forward is what Ireland need to do now. That I think is what Robbie Brady's going to do. Down towards Chidozie Ogbene. Headed clear by Norway. Jeff Hendrick can't fully get there. The referee takes another look at his whistle and blows the full-time whistle. The Republic of Ireland have been beaten at Lansdowne Road. Republic of Ireland 1, Norway 2. A most forgettable first half, only memorable for a Norwegian goal scored just before half-time by their centre-back Leo Østigard. Ireland took far too long to get going in this game. In the second half, they eventually did. They created countless opportunities, really had Norway on the back foot for a long period of the game, and then got their equaliser with a super finish from Alan Brown from 25 yards on the half volley, smashed it into the back of the net. But Ireland were undone from a set piece for the second time in this game. Yet again, it was Martin Odegaard, the Arsenal and Norway captain, who delivered, this time a deep free kick. Nathan Collins couldn't get it clear, and the substitute Omo Iwanfo side-footed it into the back of the net with 5 minutes to go, and Ireland at that stage were really a beaten docket. Stuey Byrne was alongside me. Stuey, sum it up.
Yeah, it doesn't fit. Look, it's been a strange game for us. Like, it's not for the probably 2 games in a row. You were mentioning the fact that it's been 6 years since we won 3 games, home games in a row. But when you look at the last home game here, we nearly almost blew a 2-0 lead in that one as well. I wouldn't say we've blown a lead, but obviously we've done really well to get ourselves back to 1-1. And then we've given away a silly a silly goal, a goal that you think that we should be easily able to defend. I'm looking at the body language of the players now. They don't look too dejected, and I don't get the sense from the crowd that it's been a poor performance. It's been good in parts, but it's it's just another one of them games where we're taking away a little bit more maybe than what we would like to. Oh God. I think we're getting a little bit guilty now of conceding silly goals that we would never have conceded before, Nathan. And looking at the second goal, the Norwegian goal, I think in games gone past, we're heading that away. We're defending better. You look at the Armenian game, the last home game, the 2 goals we conceded, sloppy. There's an element of we're just taking our eye a little bit off the ball when it comes to defending, but that's the balance that we need to find. We haven't quite found it yet. Certainly in terms of possession, we look much better on the ball. We're the kind of squad at the moment, Nathan. We just can't. We can't deal with injuries, like we really can't. We need to have everybody available. Look at Matt Doherty tonight. We just couldn't get him into the game whatsoever. That's something I think we really need to work on, because Norway, you could see, was trying to stop us from getting him on the ball, and it certainly worked. Other than that, there are some good takeaways. Callum O'Dowd played quite well. Alan Brown took his goal really well, I have to say, but it's not to be.
Are we too excited about this defence? We often talk about it as the strength when you look at that back three of Collins, Egan and O'Shea. Is that you have played football for a long time, conceding goals from set pieces? Is that an individual thing, or is that an organisational thing?
Sometimes it can be an individual thing, but it should be an organisational thing. Like, we just looked a little bit loose defensively. That's the first time in a while where I felt, God, we don't look like we have that hunger not to concede, and we didn't have that tonight. And I don't want to kind of put the blame on any one individual, but collectively we might have taken our eye off the ball a little bit. And the 2 goals we've conceded were poor. You have to, Egan for the first goal, he's lost his man. It's a straightforward one. The captain will take that one on the chin. He probably put his hand up, said it got done. The second goal, I feel Nathan Collins got a little bit bogged down on the physical battle with the big man that's come on for Norway, and instead, if he's just focusing on the going and heading the free kick away.
So, Republic of Ireland in their final home game of 2022 have been beaten by Norway. They will hope, and we will all hope, for much, much better in their first game here at Lansdowne Road in 2023. It will be France and Kylian Mbappe and all of that coming to town in March. Long way to go between now and then. Just one more game, though, for this group against Malta on Sunday. And I think it's very much fair to say that the jury is still out on Stephen Kenny and this group of Irish players. Going to hand back to Will in a moment after this break, but the full-time score from here at the Aviva Stadium: Republic of Ireland 1, Norway 2.
Football on Off the Ball.
With Sky, don't miss Everton versus Manchester City in the Women's Super League this Saturday. Live only on Sky Sports.
This is News Talk.
The Black Friday sale is now on at Harvey Norman. Get the Samsung American Fridge Freezer, now €1199, save €700. Or the Samsung French Door Fridge Freezer, now €1899, save €1,000. Save €2,170 on the Samsung Family Hub Fridge Freezer, now $3,499. With our best prices guaranteed in-store and online, why shop anywhere else? Don't wait, now's the time to buy. The Harvey Norman Black Friday sale is now on.
Christmas, a time to celebrate family and friends with seasonal get-togethers and thoughtfully chosen gifts. Visit Meadows & Byrne, a guaranteed Irish business member, for inspiring gift ideas, curated interiors and everything you need to host a memorable festive evening. With a distinct style story of its own, Meadows & Byrne offers unique and exclusive choices, all wrapped up in quality and timeless design. So put the G under the tree this Christmas. Visit any one of our 13 stores nationwide or pop online at meadowsandbyrne.com.
At Ulster Bank, we have now begun to close current and deposit accounts. At this time, if your notice period and your deadline has passed, your account is now queued for closure. You must take action now. If you are still relying on your personal or business bank account and in need of support, please contact us immediately. Visit ulsterbank.ie, your local branch, or call 0818 210 260. Call costs may vary and calls from mobiles may not be free. Ulster Bank Ireland DAC is regulated by the Central Bank of Ireland.
This is Dr. Georgina Jordan, Head of Emergency Response for GOAL. Millions of displaced families face a Christmas of hunger, danger and fear far from their homes. Right now, GOAL staff are supporting families in places like South Sudan and Syria. Please make an urgent donation at goal.ie now. That's goal.ie. Thank you.
This Christmas, feel joy, gift joy and send them joy with the perfect gift at Arnott's. Explore an endless array of gifting that will bring joy to everyone on your list. Shop Irish at the Christmas market. Support emerging new businesses with Pitch 22. Or find something extra special from one of our world-class brands. Shop in-store and online at arnotts.ie.
Our wide range of 2023 Skodas are going fast. This is the sound of the Breen family getting their powerful diesel Kodiaq. And this is fully charged Fiona, driving away in her electric Skoda Enyaq. And this is the sound of someone who didn't place their order in time. Order your 2023 Skoda today, before it's too late. Skoda, made for Ireland.
Order yours at Spirit Skoda. spiritskoda.ie.
When he steps out of the showers, his teammates slag him off.
Are you hiding something from us?
He plays along at first, but then they gather around him, whip his towel off, make videos of him. Those who see he's upset laugh it off, saying,
"We're just having a laugh. Sure, what's the harm?" It's time for zero tolerance of domestic, sexual and gender-based violence. It has no place in our society. Learn more at gov.ie/zero tolerance, or in an emergency call 999, an initiative of the Government of Ireland.
The Black Friday sale is now on at Harvey Norman. Get Black Friday discounts today. Optimise your fitness routine with the Fitbit Versa 4 smartwatch. Now only $199, save €30. Or get the Samsung Galaxy Tab A8. Light and compact with a sleek design, perfect for working or entertaining on the go. Now only $169, save €70. With our best prices guaranteed, in-store and online. So why shop anywhere else? The Harvey Norman Black Friday sale is now on. Don't miss out.
Football on Off the Ball.
With Sky, catch Arsenal versus Manchester United in the Women's Super League on Saturday Night Football. Live only on Sky Sports.
This is News Talk.
Welcome back. Norway winning by 2-1 against the Republic of Ireland in tonight's international friendly. Both goals coming off set pieces in either half. Really good Irish goal on the half volley from Alan Brown, but it's defeat in the first of these two games in this window. Malta still to come on Sunday evening. Arthur O'Dea is here with me, and we've got David Wilson still as well. David, maybe the most frustrating part about that Irish performance will be conceding 2 goals in set pieces, which Stephen Kenny and his management team have been so insistent that they're good at, but they defended 2 of them really poorly tonight.
Yeah, 2 bad goals to give away. I think the first one was an individual mistake. John Egan lets himself get blocked, and Ostergaard ran off the back of him and scored a good header, flicked it to the far post. Second one, Nathan Collins just needs to clear his lines, head the ball out. He lets himself kind of get pinned in by the Norwegian striker, and you'd be just kicking yourself giving away those 2 goals.
As Stewie mentioned, particularly about the second goal, the Odegaard delivery is a good ball in, but it's come from a long, long way out. There was plenty of time to know what they had to do to deal with that.
Yeah, and like Nathan Collins defends these balls pretty much every week really well, but I think he just lets himself get pinned in a little bit by the Norwegian striker. He's a physical lad, and he should have just been standing tall and clearing his lines. And again, the ball breaks and it's a second ball again. There's no one there to react. I'd say Stephen Kenny, Keith Andrews would be fuming that they give that goal away again.
Yeah, Stephen Rice as well, I would say. Arthur, your take on the performance?
It's fairly chronic, wasn't it? Overall, it was kind of, it's very disheartening now with that as well, that loss, because I presume they'll go and beat Malta handy enough, but again, it's kind of a team, I suppose, of our level, I suppose, on the night, given that Haaland wasn't there. And it's just, it's not, I don't know where we are. I don't know. We're not, it's not that kind of performance. I know they'll raise their game for France and everything else. And as Nathan's pointing out, that's the next home game, but I'm not going to go anywhere near it. I'm not anywhere close.
Yeah, because the frustrating part is there's a good spell after half time. But
Yeah.
aside from that, I think in the first hour they had about 60% possession, 2 shots.
Yeah, I mean, but that's. I'm not even sure where the outlet is. I'm not, it's just, it doesn't, it didn't really look like creating anything. And even the goal, like, it's a great goal, it's a great strike, but it's not exactly, presumably, it's not something you plan.
It's not a good
know what I
team
mean?
move, yeah.
Yeah, and it's a great finish, but like, comparatively, like Norway's 2 goals, like if you're thinking that they've kind of, again, there was a bit of fortune, not fortune, they got the second ball fantastically, but that second goal, I mean, falls in the right way. But like if you have that, so that's something they're obviously working on very effectively. And then if you throw Haaland into the mix as well, it's like, geez, what a weapon. So and we just didn't look anything like that. And you're right, it was good at the start of the second half. We might have got a goal or 2 there, but we didn't, and we don't typically. So it's kind of just it's very disheartening. It's a bit just frustrating.
Yeah, Evan Ferguson gets about 2-3 minutes on the pitch in the end. Came on 90 seconds before the end of normal time, so he's got his first cap here as a teenager. But one thing that frustrated you, David, while watching the game was how long it took for substitutions to actually be made from an Irish perspective.
Yeah, like it's a friendly. Like, what are you going to learn from playing the same players over and over again? Like, I get you're trying to build a team and a system for a couple of massive games early next year, but we know the likes of Callum Robinson, we know the likes of Jeff Hendrick. I think, we are hoping that maybe Will Smallbone or even maybe the likes of Jim McGrath could come back on. Like, we're not learning anything by playing Jeff Hendrick again. We're not learning anything by bringing on Robbie Brady again. We're trying to get back into the game, maybe score an equaliser or maybe even score the winner, but it's just, there's no subs until about the 70th minute, and it's just frustrating. Like, a friendly is where you try and maybe you want to win the game, but you kind of experiment a wee bit, but it's just so kind of stodgy, and just have a bit more, maybe kind of think into the future a wee bit more, and try and maybe blood a few more players. It's just a bit annoying as a fan to kind of been watching a game and just kind of praying for something to happen. And I think a creative midfielder, someone like Will Smallbone, could be the answer for this Irish team, because Alan Brown is a good player and he scores goals, he gets into the right areas, but he's not going to go and create something with a nice pass, or he's not really a kind of diminutive midfielder or a proper, maybe kind of traditional number 10, whereas maybe Will Smallbone has a bit more of a creative pass for him in him.
Like Derek suggested, Arthur, the one type of player that Ireland are really missing was an Odegaard type, which Norway have. Where, okay, there were times when he went quiet in the game, but when he got the ball between the lines, he was able to dictate the pace of the game. His high quality delivery creates the set piece chances that end up in 2 goals. It's that type of player Ireland just don't have.
Yeah, but like, there's nothing we can do about that. That's just kind of the same way we don't have a Haaland. We're not going to, you're not going to manufacture one. So you kind of, I suppose you play to your strengths. I'm exactly with David. Like, I don't know what, like, friendlies now are so few and far between, but it's probably just reflective of where this, even the management team is, where tonight now we can't afford to lose tonight, and because of the pressure I suppose they're under, there's plenty of goodwill, but there's not much of a bank of evidence that it's like, well, it doesn't actually matter what the result is, because it does, and now it kind of, and that kind of is reflecting the team he picked, because as you're saying, like David's saying, there's no, what are we learning from tonight that we're not going to know like a few months down the line for France? There's nothing. And I don't know, like it's just interesting now that it is a case where, so we have France, and then I think it was heard Nathan says France and then Greece, is it? And then the Netherlands?
Yeah, I think they're the first 3, and then we've Greece away after that as well. So it's, you can't afford to go slowly into this campaign.
No, so if we feasibly take no points from those first 3 games, that's that group pretty much over. Yeah, I mean, in all intents and purposes, it's kind of done. And you're kind of like, so what? Is this the team for all that we're going in with? Like, and injuries notwithstanding or whatever else, but that's the guts of it. I just don't see how I don't see what's going to happen. Like, it's just, that's not on that
upbeat note.
Yeah, there's no blame there, because we are where we are, and it's not the same. I don't think he's doing a bad job, but it's just, we are extremely limited.
Yeah,
and I'm not sure where as you're saying, someone like Will Smallbone, and you don't want to do just change for the sake of change, but it's not really, we're not really going anywhere in a hurry the way we are.
Yeah, like, in fairness, while I think a lot of people want to see these young players coming through, Conor Coventry, Will Smallbone can't be seen as the solution straight away when they step up from 21s either.
No, like you can't put too much pressure on them either. We can't just expect to call up a few 21s and the whole, our fortunes to be changed. But I think something different, like, I think we said it during the game. Kenny brought on Chidozie Ogbeni for Michael Obafemi. And we were saying, God, we'd love to see the two of them play together.
I thought in Glasgow they were quite effective, especially when Ireland were playing on the break.
Yeah.
They had that bit of pace and they linked up quite well. Remember that chance that Ogbeni possibly could have done better with. I'm thinking, if Ireland are going to play on the counter-attack and maybe play a little bit deeper, that's the way to go.
Yeah, and I think, you have Ogbeni and Obafemi maybe taking on different defenders one-on-one, gets the crowd up, gets kind of more people excited, gets the crowd behind you a little bit more. I think, bringing on, like leaving Callum Robinson on, who was pretty poor again tonight, and he's been pretty poor for the last year, a very streaky sort of player. I think we just don't learn anything by leaving him on the pitch for 90 minutes. And I want Ireland to do well, but I think that's a criticism that we can level at the coaching staff, that we're not proactive enough in our substitutions. And it's not just tonight, it's been over the course of Stephen Kenny's tenure. Like, some of the substitutes are too late. Nothing. It's a like for like. We never really change from the system, which I kind of understand. But a friendly tonight and a friendly on Sunday against Malta, I think we just need to just do something a wee bit different.
Couple of pieces of news before we go as well. Jason Sherlock has joined the Tailteann Cup winners Westmeath, part of their senior football management for next year. Have been strongly linked with Monaghan earlier this summer. He is going to be a performance coach, is what Westmeath have said in their statement this evening. So the former Dublin All-Ireland winner Jason Sherlock has joined the Westmeath senior football management. And Arthur, interestingly, Mickey Hart now being linked with Slough-Neil. Maybe the split season can create an opportunity for managers to manage both. So he's the allowed manager until 2025. He got that quite lengthy extension, and now it seems the Derry runners-up might be appointing him for next year as well.
It's funny, isn't it? Just keen to be kept busy. I mean, but that's a lot of work. But look, I suppose it's an interesting dynamic that you kind of mentioned that the split season allowing for that. But look, I mean, they'll get bags of experience. It's hard to know what I suppose. It's an interesting. It's a very attractive appointment, or getting someone of that calibre on board, I suppose, with all they bring with them. But who knows? Who knows how much you can possibly be putting into it when you're like, there's two very hectic jobs. For all that it's amateur, it's two very hectic
and
jobs.
Slough-Neil would almost have to accept that he is going to be busy with Louth. They go Division 2 next year.
Yeah.
They'll probably hope, depending on their circumstance, to go deep into the Tailteann Cup potentially if they're in that competition, or they'll be trying to get out of an All-Ireland group. So therefore, he's probably not that accessible until midsummer, and then he's coming in midstream to manage the team after that.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that dynamic will work. But it's another wage. It's an opportunity to earn again. So you can earn them in both. You can earn in the first half of the year and in the second half of the year. And if Slough-Neil go well, which might get to an Ulster Championship and All Ireland, happy days for Mickey Hart.
They'll argue maybe the extra few % can be provided by a former All-Ireland winning boss. Just enough time to say what's coming up on OTB AM from 7:30 in the morning. Shane Hannon is going to be in the hot seat. Gavin Cooney is with him to look back on Norway 2, the Republic of Ireland 1, and also talking about the World Cup in Qatar. Ronan O'Gara, ahead of coaching the Barbarians against England this weekend, is going to be talking about that and his suspension. Alan Quinlan previewing Ireland against Australia. It's a Munster and Ireland double bill on the show tomorrow. Then Ryan McHugh will be talking about Michael Murphy, his former Donegal teammate, retiring from Intercounty this week, and Kevin Kilban has got his bumper World Cup preview as well. All that on Off the Ball's social channels from 7:30 in the morning. We'll be back on the radio from 7 tomorrow evening. Stay tuned. Tom Dunn is up next.
Listen live or listen back on the News Talk app, powered by Go Loud.